guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Pirik.
And I'm Victoria.
And this is now the 11th part of our Lore Olympus analysis, if you can even call it that at this point. Series, where we talk about the series in excruciating detail.
And how bad it's getting.
Yeah, and I mean, it's at the point where we can't even say anything constructive anymore. we're just a bunch of goblins.
Yeah.
Just talking
throwing
about
poop at the screen.
Yeah, we're in poop fling ape mode. Basically, going to be talking about eating bananas and swinging from trees and everything.
Yep.
And that's just what it's become at this point. So I believe this segment covers episodes 145 onwards, or 146 onwards, or...
It's 140, yeah, it's 146 onwards.
Yeah, so we'll see how far we get in today's discussion.
We're going to try to do 10 episodes.
Fingers crossed. We'll try to do 10. Yeah, not really much to say about the events that happen. Nothing
Except that nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the plot isn't, like, from episode 146 to 155, the only thing that happens that's of story significance is Minty getting turned into a plant. Spoilers. But even then, like... having been caught up with the main narrative, nothing happens.
No.
There's no consequences to Minty being turned into a plant.
Yeah, that was
It was
horrible.
a waste of my time.
It was so frustrating.
I know.
I was like, oh, another person getting away with being horrible for no reason.
It's the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person, and the comments are always like, yes, you know. So you're like, what the heck is happening?
I feel like if an Attack on Titan when Eren Yeager becomes Osama bin Laden,
yeah,
everyone's just sitting there going, yes.
No, a lot of people did but that's different because there's you know, you can actually get revenge and you can actually see the character's motivation and stuff like that.
Also Eren Yeager, like his entire backstory was that he suffered so much.
Yeah.
And, like, you actually felt bad for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Persephone never suffers.
No, I mean, we'll get there when we get there, but she says, you're the reason our lives are in tatters, when she just came back from a shopping spree.
Oh, not only that, she's in the office in, like, a freaking designer outfit, when the first time she had to go there, she had to wear an invisibility cloak. Now she's just walking around the office, because F that plot line, I guess.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have to wear invisibility cloaks anymore. She's walking around in broad daylight as, like, an escaped fugitive.
Yeah.
And she's going, like, no, you're the reason my life is so hard.
It's really stupid.
But it's not even hard. There's, like, no consequences.
It's just bad. So I guess with that being said, I mean, we're rearing to go. We hate it so much. Let's just get it over with. Let's just get into it, right? Time to read Lore Olympus again.
Lore Olympus.
Webtoon.
I feel like we just read it.
Yeah, we did. I feel like we just did a video.
Well, it was last week, though.
Yeah, because it's always like in the back of my mind. I compare everything to Lore Olympus now.
I know. It's embarrassing. I even started making the hand signs.
Yeah, that was... No. I mean, you're gonna start dissociating and saying things that don't make any sense.
I know.
And then appearing, like, you're going one way 1 second, and then you just stop and turn. And then the background's just gonna disappear. You're gonna be like, I'm in the void. And it's gonna be called Lore Olympus sickness. First documented case. So, I guess starting with 146, Archers.
Which has nothing to do with what's going on.
No, it's such an interruption. The last chapter ended with what? I mean...
Demeter. It was the Demeter assassination chapter.
That's right. Like, who would even want to overthrow Zeus, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we just ended with, like, oh, Apollo's planning to overthrow Zeus. And then you cut to this one, and Apollo's actually in this chapter. He's featured extensively, and he just seems like he doesn't know what's going on, right? Like, he's completely confused. So it starts with Ampullus, who we all know is actually Psyche.
Yeah, and then she's just standing in the void going, sigh.
Yeah, next to a door that is too short for any of the male characters, honestly, to go through.
I know.
If they're actually there.
Why is she standing, like, I want to cut down the art descriptions this time, but why is she standing facing away from the door if she's, like, going through the door?
No, I think, to me, I thought she just came in and she just closed the door and she sighed.
I mean, I wouldn't know, because it doesn't say, like, door shutting sound effect or anything.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So we can't really know for sure what's
Plus,
going
in the
on
next
here.
scene, she's outside.
No, she's still in there.
Oh, she is? Okay. Has he noticed you yet, that you're immortal? And she's just walking through the void. Didn't mean to catch you off guard, it's just odd that nobody else has noticed. I'm starting to think Eris is never going to notice me.
Yeah, and then randomly she's like here all of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying, she's outside!
No, she's inside in that
No, but
one.
how did she go?
I don't know.
How did she go from inside a room to outside, like, in a friggin' palace?
Yeah, like some kind of courtyard.
Like, what the F? Like, am I missing something?
No, it's just weird. It's like a strange series of like panels that have nothing to do with each
No.
other. Again, no sequential
But
storytelling.
also, why are these assets whited out?
the vases with the plants in them, the invisible plants.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then this whole panel is so off center. It's hurting my eyes.
Yeah, that's really bizarre. I don't know why they're whited out.
Yeah, they're whited out.
It's like they were on another layer and they forgot. I mean, it's even in the background.
Yeah, in the
like,
background,
too,
all the
right?
trees are clipped off.
It's so strange.
It's friggin' lazy. It's so lazy because this is an asset.
Yeah.
And she couldn't even get it to render properly.
That's so bizarre.
It's hilarious.
Wow.
The love gods are funny in that way, insightful about everyone else but themselves.
And that has nothing to do with what actually ends up happening after that little flashback.
That has nothing to do with this episode.
No. So.
And then we get Ampulus's face, which is very oily, so it's definitely drawn by Rachel because the colors actually look nice here.
Yeah, actually the art for Eros and Psyche in these first few panels is pretty good.
Yeah.
I was shocked, and then it deteriorates very fast.
It gets really bad. He starts looking at a crayon of the face.
Yeah.
Over here.
Die, Patosai! Over here.
I like your new hair, dude. Thank you. Wait, he has ugly worms on his head now.
Yeah, he's got like the statue hair now.
He used to have Jigglypuff hair.
Yeah.
And now he has like these ugly
He
worms.
used to have like a pompadour, and now
That was so much better though.
he's got basically Aries hairstyle now.
He's entirely slanted, and I hate the way she draws wings now.
Yeah.
The like abstract looking wings that were like brush strokes look so much better, and they were easier to do than this.
Yeah. Then these hand wings.
Yeah, these hand wings are so ugly.
Yeah.
Are you all warmed up? Yes. No, we never saw her warming up. We just saw her walking and sighing.
What's she doing there?
I think they're supposed to be practicing archery.
Yeah, but why?
Because he's about to explain. Yes, but are you sure you still want my help? I don't see why not. You're constantly helping me with my mother's seemingly endless chores.
What chores?
You're constantly helping me with my mother's seemingly endless chores. Why not you're constantly helping my mother? Like this dialogue is so like, it's not even first pass. It's like you're talking on the phone to somebody while writing this comic.
Yeah.
Like it's very like
Stream of consciousness.
and it's very vague.
It's not intentional.
And it's not intentional, and it lacks a goal.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, okay, I have 60 panels. I'm just going to keep drawing until I reach a stopping point. I don't know what's going to happen in this chapter. I have no idea what these characters are talking about. I'm just going to draw them talking and make it up as I go along.
Yep.
Keeping the moral realm populated is serious business. But my mom has been focused more and more on the beauty aspect of things these days. It'd be nice if we actually effing saw that.
Yeah, this is all like telling.
This is all telling me what's going on with Aphrodite, Eros, and Ampulos instead of just showing me. You could have just, you didn't even have to have the opening with her sighing and then having the flashbacks. You could have just started like, opening shot is like a wide angle establishing shot of the archery field. Mm-hmm. And then you zoom in on an arrow whizzing past straight dead center into a target, and then you cut to Eros holding his bow and like smirking victoriously.
Yeah.
Or it could be Ampulos smirking victoriously, and Eros would be like, wow, you're getting really good at this, Mm-hmm. And then she'd be like, thanks, Eros, and then Apollo shows up.
Yeah.
But you can't do that because that would cut out like 20 panels.
Exactly.
And it would make the storytelling too efficient.
No, it's like it's very first pass, just thought of it and then wrote it down instead of saying, I want this to happen, what's the most efficient way I could have that happen? Not at all. So he's now talking about repopulating the mortal realm because he said Persephone's little meltdown did cause a deficit in mortal growth.
I know, right? So it's like, if that's the case, then like, how come nobody caught the act of wrath earlier?
Yeah, seriously, because they show him looking at a graph with Zeus.
I know, and like my first question when I saw this is like, when did this happen?
Exactly, when was that?
Because if Zeus figured out that the act of wrath led to a population decline, he just found out about the act of wrath on Friday, and it's now, it's still Sunday, right?
I think so.
Okay. Is it still Sunday?
Because we cut back to the characters after this. What did we cut to after this?
On Sunday, they went to the office again,
Yeah.
and I think they went on a shopping spree.
Yeah.
While Hera was getting the SIM card sorted.
Yeah, then you have...
And then you had them going on the shopping spree, and I think that, like, was the last episode, but they never showed them going to bed.
Yeah, so this episode, you have Eros and Psyche, and then you show Leto, Artemis, and Apollo.
And then the episode before this was Hecate and Demeter, which was ostensibly occurring simultaneously to the shopping spree episode. Because she was like, oh, my daughter must be so scared and alone, but right after the shopping spree, they went to go swim in the pool,
right? And
then you cut to Persephone and Hades shirtless.
Yeah, so right after this, we cut to Hades sleeping and waking up from a nightmare.
So that's
at
Monday.
6:30 in the morning on Monday.
Yeah.
So this has to be on Sunday.
So when did this meeting with Zeus take place?
I don't know.
Because you just found out about the Actopath on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like Thursday when he went to go talk to Helios.
Yeah, and he's already got his new haircut in that picture.
But he wasn't on the Zoom call.
No. He was getting his new haircut, probably.
Why didn't they invite him to the Zoom call if he's the one in charge of mortal repopulation?
I don't know.
And this took a huge hit to the mortal reserves.
No, but I mean, it doesn't even make sense because it's like, why does the deficit in mortal growth matter? Because later they have a conversation where she says,
why does
nobody
Zeus care anyway?
Yeah, he doesn't really care what happens to mortals. So then why are you trying to
to
correct the mortal
repopulate?
deficit?
It seems like sometimes it seems like they need mortals to worship them in order to have powers, but that's never like explained explicitly in the comic.
No.
So when mortals get killed and when they say we need to repopulate the mortal realm, it's like why?
Exactly.
What do the mortals do for the gods?
It's never
explained.
It hasn't been explained up to this point. So he goes through all of his arrows, and I was wondering, do any of these arrows have like a plot relevant? Nothing?
No.
They don't, the one with hate that reveals people's true intentions?
No.
So why are they spending so much time setting it up?
Because she's padding the friggin' chapter out.
Oh my gosh.
Because we cut back from Eros and Ampullus, and like we don't see them again.
Yeah.
Except for that one stupid chapter where he's like, why doesn't anyone trust me?
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, that doesn't go anywhere.
Maybe people don't trust you because you spike their drinks and put them in strange
Yo,
men's
they're not
cars.
allowed to use their powers on the gods, so I don't even know why we're explaining this.
Wow.
They're not allowed to use them on the gods, so it's like, why?
He talks about his arrows,
Stupid arrows.
the sexual attraction, and he's got like shiny eyes in that panel. But just the way
he looks terrible here.
that one he looks terrible, but in the previous panels up to that
Yeah,
point
I know,
he
he
looks
looks fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Like and this one he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He looks like a Disney character.
Yeah.
But that one he just looks god awful, super shiny. And his hairline.
Maybe
just
I think that's the one that Rachel drew because he's got the shine all over him.
Yeah. And all the characters with moles on their faces have him in the exact same spot.
I know.
And it bothers the crap out of me.
And then he boops Ampullus because he's a tool. What's this one? The arrow of hate.
It's not even a Chekhov's gun. Do they ever use it?
Waste of time.
Wow.
Fizz. Flick. Whip. Your turn. Do it just like we practiced.
When did they practice? I
This
don't
is
know.
such a waste of time, dude. This panel's freaking weird.
Yeah, she's like blurry in the
Yeah,
background.
but it looks like her arm is coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like her arm. It looks like someone else's arm is,
Yeah.
like, coming into the frame.
Yeah, Artemis or Apollo.
She's really bad at drawing her hands. It
Yeah.
looks like a starfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this panel is really confusing to me and kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's like unintentionally sinister or something, right?
Wow, amazing. Bzz.
It's the phone, right?
Mm-hmm. Persephone, I kissed Hades. Gee, he looks horrible in these panels.
It was terrible.
Looks so bad.
It looks like an egg.
Oh my god, he looks so bad. Yeah. Oh god, the ooh face.
The squealing face. The stuff of nightmares.
Oh, remember, Eros knows at this point that she's been friggin' assaulted.
Yeah, squeal. Squeal. Oh my god.
She was assaulted, like, last Sunday, and she told Eros on, like, Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
Wait, she went missing on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I think she told Eros on, like, because Friday she was at Hades' house, right?
Yeah.
And it was right after that. It was, like, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So Eros, like, it's basically a week after she told Eros that she was assaulted, and he's like, squeal! Tied together with a 45-year-old.
What a twit.
I know.
Pepto-Bismol colored
He isn't
twit.
going like, you don't have to rush into things. Are you sure you're ready? You know,
Yeah.
there's no harm in like waiting.
Yeah, are you okay?
Maybe you should go see a therapist.
Nothing. And he goes, there have been some developments with Persephone.
He just seems like such a creep.
Yeah.
And he looks like Barney.
Yeah, and Ampullus, or Psyche is like disappointed because he's talking about Persephone again. Everybody is always talking about Persephone.
Seriously.
It's annoying.
The
And so,
gods commit acts of wrath on humans all the time. Why is Zeus up in arms with what Persephone did? Well, you know how it is.
and then he just poses without explaining how it is.
I know, and this panel looks so bad.
Yeah, the one after that's even worse.
Oh! I keep forgetting you are a mortal realm nymph. Zeus doesn't really care if the mortals live or die.
The deficit of mortals? What the F? You
That
just
directly
contradicted yourself.
That directly
It's
contradicts.
comic.
That directly contradicts the fact that he had a meeting on the deficit of mortals. Then why is one of your jobs repopulating the mortal realm, Eros?
She's like,
why?
full of crap. Shut up. Stupid pink guy.
Where he takes issue is when he doesn't get included in the decision-making process. So he pretty much does whatever he feels like doing. Yup. This is so lazy. This is like when Hermes only agreed to go along with the conspiracy because Demeter paid him a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's like, why does Zeus care so much that Persephone killed all those mortals? He doesn't. He just cares.
Yeah.
That's basically... This is like the main plot point for season 2. Zeus's wrath. Why does Zeus care? Oh, he doesn't. He just cares.
It's like so frustrating.
There's no reason. There's
No
like, you're not giving me a reason to care about any of this.
No.
And then she starts vibrating and Apollo shows up.
Why does she not like Apollo now? Is it because of seeing him at Persephone or Artemis?
Yeah, they were shooting arrows at him, remember?
Yeah.
They shot him like 3 times, like Boromir style.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, how come they didn't tell anybody about it?
Because they're stupid!
And then it's like, oh yeah, remember these guys don't like Apollo.
No,
right?
they don't like Apollo, but they're happily talking about shipping Persephone with Hades, even though she was friggin' assaulted by Apollo.
Yeah, so...
It's just stupid. What's wrong? Oh, great. Hey, Eros, what are you up to? I like the copy-pasted arrows in his... Oh my god, his hand!
Yeah, big flip-flop size.
It looks like a steak. We're having a private lesson right now. Emphasis on the private.
Well, obviously it's not like a private location because like a bad guy online roleplay, the mom comes in.
I know,
randomly.
everyone just know clips of this location.
Yeah.
But like, it's not private because it's not like when she was walking through all those doors, I thought it was like Aphrodite's estate or something.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where they are.
No, and the backgrounds keep disappearing and changing, like so confusingly.
Yeah, in a previous panel, the background of Ampelos was a bunch of trees and nature, and now it's this brick wall.
Yeah.
Emphasis on private. Who's this lovely creature? I'm Ampelos. Ampelos, that's a beautiful name. Why is he so huge?
I don't know, he's like a titan.
Yeah, he's like titan size.
He's creepy with the sinister underlighting.
I know. You better not spend all your practice time gabbing with us.
And he looks totally different. He's gigantic too now.
He's gigantic and he's a totally different color.
Yeah, she's like up to his like ribs now.
I know.
She's tiny all of a sudden.
Last time I saw you use a bow and arrow, I was a little disappointed. Now the backgrounds are just blue and gray.
Yeah, there's no architecture.
Complacency is the kiss of death, and they look exactly the same, just 2 different colors.
Yeah, but Apollo looks like Clippy again in the next few panels.
I know. Smirk. Let me know if you want lessons from a real teacher. And the fact that they keep switching camera angles too, it's like, I don't even know where they are. I don't even care.
So
there's no reward for paying attention to this comic. In fact, if you pay attention to this comic, the more you pay attention to it, the more upset and confused you get. Like other comics, like again, Attack on Titan, if you pay attention to it, then it pays off in a huge way with like the foreshadowing and the symbolism and stuff. With this comic, it's like if you're paying attention, it's just like constant like friggin' sharp nails to the eyes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like, what's up with the materializing of bows and arrows? Like, how come they go fizz and then the bow materializes? Is that
it's
like
just
a
like
power?
they can all of a sudden teleport.
No, but like I don't understand if that's something from the myth because it's never happened before,
No.
right? Like materializing things all of a sudden. So he gets his bow.
Is that why Hera's hat kept disappearing?
I don't know. Maybe she, if she put the fizz, I wouldn't have had a problem with it because then at least it's consistent, right? So yeah, that pillar gets impaled.
Huh. Apollo, is that a challenge?
Since when is Eros competitive though?
Friggin', he wasn't. None of these characters have like specified characters.
No.
None of these characters have friggin' consistent characterizations. They don't. Any character can say and do anything in any scene, and it would still be considered canon.
Yeah.
Like, she never wrote character sheets and personalities for any of them.
No.
Artemis just shows up.
Yeah, she interrupts with her own arrow.
How would she even know they were there?
I don't know. They just know where everybody is at all times, all the time. Because, I mean,
Apollo, we need to talk.
Eros is having a private lesson.
Yeah.
But then this guy suddenly appears.
Yeah.
And then Artemis suddenly appears.
But she was looking for Apollo, so she went there intentionally to find him.
I guess so.
So this entire chapter was pointless.
It was
because there was nothing happening from a story perspective.
Yeah.
Nothing happened between Eros and Ampelos.
Mm-hmm.
What Eros is talking about repopulating the mortal realm had nothing to do with anything. Never comes up again.
Yeah.
And then Artemis and Apollo, that's the only thing that's like plot relevant. But even then, in the next chapter, never resolved.
No.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, so it's funny,
just wasting your time.
Funny you say that because the top comment for this chapter is "Get him, Artemis," with 4 flame emojis.
You're gonna be waiting 10 years
to get him, Artemis.
in the comic timeline to see any progression of this plot line. Even then, Apollo's still roaming free, running for president in a monarchy.
I wonder how that person feels about that plot line. Alright, so now on to 147.
Pariah.
Yeah.
Arrows, back off. Why is she saying arrows, back off? They're not fighting.
No, they're just like near each other.
Artemis.
That doesn't make any sense.
I appreciate your help, but they're not fighting, dude.
No.
They're not. Am I missing something?
No, it's weird.
It's like she didn't read her last episode.
No.
Well, the F. I'm not here to help you.
And then Eros and Psyche are just gone.
I know. I'm here to yell at you.
Completely different background.
Oh, snap. Yeah, it looks like they're in a completely different area.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. What? Why?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
Where did you go in between panels?
Why is she facing the other? What?
All the way over there, all of a sudden, you know?
I need one being in this dang place to be straight with me. Artemis. Mother.
Where the heck did you come from?
Where did she come from? And it's funnier when they're like, oh, she's been in hiding for 10 years. When she left hiding to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my god.
You know? And she's wearing like this mysterious outfit in like a friggin' track and field.
Yeah, dude, she looks like friggin' Shishio appearing all of a sudden. Like, what the heck?
And how did she know they were there? This is like Ruibi, you know, where like characters show up out of nowhere and say portentous things. I was like, where did you come from? How did you know they were there? How did you interrupt at the exact right moment when your two kids are having a fight?
It really is like a Gaia roleplay.
Like,
dude.
what the
It's
F?
horrible. Like, oh yeah, when two characters are talking, then some third idiot just like has his character come up. My character stabbed your character in the chest.
Dude, no, you know what it's like? It's like Rachel didn't know. You know what she was like, oh dude, I can't have Artemis and Apollo talking for too long because I don't want the Artemis and Apollo plotline to go anywhere. So I'm just gonna have their mom gate crash this argument to introduce yet another character and introduce yet another plot. So I don't have to close off any of my existing plots.
Just close a plot. What's wrong with you?
It's so weird because in Lore Olympus, at this point, we're halfway through season 2. There's not a single plot that's been resolved. The
No.
TGOEM hasn't been resolved. Never picked up his dogs from daycare. The Minty and Hades relationship wasn't resolved because she comes back.
Yeah.
She keeps coming back and going like, maybe we can be together. No! Just write her out of the comic!
No.
Demeter and Persephone, not resolved. The Act of Wrath, not resolved. It's not even resolved in season 3. Like, nothing's resolved.
The cake.
The
little
cake, not resolved. The handkerchief. Hera sees the handkerchief and she never gives it to friggin' Hades.
No.
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
I guess the pictures are resolved, right?
I guess.
Because Hephaestus
Hephaestus
deleted
destroyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what? But then what was the point of the pictures? But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, either it's resolved and then it's just like there was no point in including that,
Yeah.
or it's like, well, yeah, like it's the Psyche thing because Psyche, Eros found out who Psyche was off screen in season 3.
What?
Yeah, off screen, and then he's like, by the way, I'm married now to Psyche. So then it's like, what was the point of showing all that stuff with Psyche and Eros if you're not even going to show us the resolution on screen?
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, same thing with the Apollo pictures.
Yeah.
There's no consequence. It's like he never even took the pictures at all.
No, it's not like he looks at the pictures and goes, where are they? Where are they? Oh my gosh, no. You know, that's
And
the
then that
leverage I
causes
had.
him to do something.
Yeah, and then Artemis comes up to him and says, hey, we need to talk. And he's like, oh crap, this is all Persephone's fault. She must
Yeah.
have told Artemis because I don't have my leverage anymore.
Or it forces him to do something that's like super desperate to finally get one over Persephone. Like he betrays her location to Zeus.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing comes of it. It's almost like when she got rid of the pictures with Hephaestus, it's like she just wanted to throw away that entire plot line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, the assault plot line's gone now because we deleted Apollo's pictures. Can we just pretend like it never happened
Yeah.
and have Hades and Persephone go back to smooching?
Yeah, because they smooch right after that.
Yeah. It's like she doesn't even consider that there's trauma left over from the assault and that this is 2 weeks later. It should be affecting how Persephone interacts with Hades because this is her first relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of like addressing any of that, she's like, okay, fine, you guys want a resolution to the assault plotline? Fine, we're gonna delete Apollo's pictures. Are you happy now?
Yeah, she just washed her hands
Yeah,
of
she
it.
just washed her hands of it.
Yeah, no justice done. It's like, why even include it?
Why
at
even
that
include
point?
it? That's what I'm saying. Why even include the pictures?
Yeah.
If you're just gonna have the pictures get deleted with no consequences, and it's not gonna affect how Apollo act.
No.
It's not gonna affect his next move.
Nope.
He just runs for president after this.
Yeah, he's not going, oh my gosh, somebody got into my phone and hacked my pictures. Was
No.
it you, Hermes? Was it you, Artemis?
He doesn't
Who
push.
was
He
it?
doesn't push the nuclear button and then get Persephone found by Zeus.
No.
And this is really effing stupid in light of that.
Yeah.
No way. Who's that? That's Leto, Olympus's #1 social pariah.
Never heard of her before.
Never heard of her before. And if she's a social pariah, why is she just showing up in broad daylight?
Wait, didn't he say earlier in the kitchen
I got
with
you
Demeter?
food from Mom.
Yeah, I got you food from Mom.
Yeah, with the baguette that stabbed into the stomach.
What the heck?
Yeah, where'd she get the food from?
She's Olympus's #1 social pariah. So where did he get the food from Mom from?
I don't know. It'd be one thing if he was like, she lives on the mortal realm now and owns a farm.
Oh my god.
But nothing. We were given no explanation for that. Where'd she get the food from? I don't know.
How'd she get the food to Apollo?
I don't know.
What the heck? Yeah, so he explains the Titaness and the Titans before the Olympians.
Yeah.
And there's major bad blood between Leto and Hera.
That explains why she looks like a Hera clone.
Does it ever come into play?
No,
Does it even matter?
I don't think so.
They used to be the best of friends, and then they had a mysterious falling out that shook the whole kingdom
It's because you slept with her.
with Leto.
Yeah, that's how Apollo and Artemis is Zeus's kids.
Okay, yeah, I see. So, social exile, and then I haven't seen her in decades. But she gave food to
I know.
earlier
And she
that
just
week.
and she just showed up to this like country club
Yeah,
in the middle of their fight.
Yeah.
Like she knew exactly where to find them.
yeah.
Artemis, I'm disappointed. Didn't I teach you better than to have such an emotional and public meltdown for all to see? Dude, if it's a public meltdown for all to see and you're a social pariah, why are you there? Mother, didn't you say that you were never gonna set foot in public ever again?
Yeah, I mean...
What is this writing?
But what does she mean for all to see, gesturing to an empty courtyard?
No, but if it's so public, then why are you there? Dude? Like, what?
And this is such like a clunky sentence.
I
too.
know. Emotional public breakdown. Look at yourself. It's like written by like somebody who's watching something in the background. And she admitted in her latest interviews that she watches TV and movies in the background now when she works on Lore Olympus, which is just like, that explains why the writing sucks.
Because she just like... it's
She's
like,
only half paying attention to what she's writing.
Yeah, it's like a frog catching flies.
You know, and if for somebody...
It's like, hey, that's a good idea. You know.
No, but dude, that would also explain why the art is so rushed.
Yeah.
Because if you're like trying to write while you're watching TV, you're not going to get any work done.
No.
Like, you're going to be so distracted that you're probably going to write like one sentence an hour.
Yeah, you know, I can't even write while listening to music.
I have to listen to instrumental music only.
I can't even do that.
I have to listen to classical music or instrumental only, and then I write my script, and then it's the same thing when I thumb. I can't listen to podcasts, I can't watch TV, because it's such a mentally consuming task.
Yeah.
And if I was watching TV while doing it, it'd be like the same thing as like watching TV while doing your homework, and it takes you like past midnight to finish your homework because you were freaking watching
And
TV
you're not
while
paying
doing
attention
it.
to your homework.
You're not
so
paying
you make
attention.
mistakes.
So you write an essay and it sounds like trash.
Exactly.
Because you were writing it while you were distracted.
Like, there's typos and incorrect words being used, and
And
like...
you repeat yourself a lot.
Yeah, and so, you know, even with scripting, what I have to do is I have to pace. I have to come up with the script by pacing, and then I write it all down, and then I do the thumbs, and I just can't be distracted. And I don't understand why you would let yourself be distracted. Like, that must be so
bored.
frustrating.
Because you're bored. You don't want to do it. It's like it's like mental procrastination.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm bored. So let me just watch something while I do it.
Yeah.
Calmly explain what the problem is.
Not Artemis saying, Mom, I haven't seen you in years. I mean, have her kids been in touch with her? I mean...
I don't know. Artemis, it rattles me to see you so... He's doing karate.
It rattles me to see you so upset.
Oh gosh. Why is there a cloud in the back when they're in a walled compound? The cloud's just hovering around his shoulders.
It's a fart cloud.
No, it's like the monster from Lost.
Yeah. It's a fart
Mother,
cloud.
please, it's not her fault. Dude! Why didn't you say that first?
It's a weird
Calmly
conversation.
explain what the problem is. Artemis, it rattles me to see you so upset. Mother, please, it's not her fault. What is this conversation flow? Explain what the problem is. It rattles me to see you so upset. Mother, please, it's not her fault. He should have said, Mother, please, it's not her fault when she said, you're having a public breakdown.
Yeah.
What is this conversation?
It wasn't thought out clearly. There's no like what is the goal of the conversation?
It's just it's extended to as many panels as she can extend it to, and then it's just like trash. It's just filler. Like, she's just wasting your time because nothing happens.
No, it's not to show how Leto is... Like, you don't get anything of her character
No.
from here. Just that she's a total hypocrite.
Or even another subplot.
No.
There's no subplot here.
You don't have any idea of what the feelings of the children to the mom,
No.
right? No knowledge of, like, what's going on between...
It's not like they revealed
Yeah.
that Leto is... Like, when they were saying, oh, which god would want to overthrow Zeus? It's not like at the end of this, she's like... now how is our plan to overthrow Zeus coming?
No.
Like, you're not even revealing that Leto is the one behind Apollo.
No.
Because Apollo's MO up till now, it wasn't even planned.
No.
He's like a freaking idiot.
Just doing...
Are you telling me, are you trying to say that he had a plan this whole time?
Random things. Random whims.
I could see how she might be confused, and clearly some manipulation must have taken place.
This is, like, poorly translated.
I
Like, that's
know!
what it reads like.
It reads like a fan scanslation
Yeah.
of like a Japanese manga.
Like a really poorly translated manga.
Oh my god.
And Artemis isn't saying anything.
No.
She's not saying, I'm not confused. Did you hear what I just told you?
No, but listen to the next one. Admittedly, when Persephone first arrived, there was some attraction between us.
Now we're talking about Persephone?
But, like, why? This has nothing to do with anything.
No, this part of the conversation is like he's picking back up when Persephone said she doesn't want to be around you anymore.
Yeah, but Artemis didn't say anything.
No.
It's like if I started talking to you and referencing a conversation that we had, like, hours ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't go, like, oh, to go back to what you were saying before. I just started talking about it like it was just discussed.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the heck is going on here?
There's like, some serious whiplash.
Yeah.
Admittedly, when Persephone first arrived, there was some attraction between us. But we have rules. You know that. And have you noticed now, at this point in the comic, every single panel, you're lucky if you can get a sentence.
Yeah.
Whereas in season 1, there was much better conversation flow. There were increased word counts in the earlier episodes.
Dude, there's not even anything like... When I was thinking about this, or when I was reading this back to chapters, Hades has no personality at all in these chapters. When in the first few chapters he was saying things like, do I really look like a scoundrel? I would pay you on a salary for you to barge in on every aspect of my life. He was saying a bunch of stuff that, like, was more indicative of having a personality.
Right.
Like, there was structure to it, and it was getting across his personality and the way he talked in his voice. Nobody has a voice
There was
now.
goal-oriented writing in as much as the goal was just to have fluffy conversations between the characters.
Yeah.
And, like, can you, like, the original kitchen scene in, like, the first batch of chapters when she woke up in his apartment, that was a really long conversation with a lot of words. And nowadays, it would be, like, one sentence every other panel, and it would be very repetitive, circular, and go nowhere.
No, if you compare the conversation that they had on the phone when she said thanks for the coat and he calls her, and then they have that...
You mean right after she got assaulted?
Yeah, yeah. If you compare that conversation to the conversation where she calls him after he texted her the picture of the baklava, even between those two conversations, the word count and the substance was down by a lot.
That was after she hired assistants.
Yeah, it went way, way, way down.
I think the fact that she has assistants now, I think it's made her, like, procrastinate, because I used to be like this when I was in high school. I was like the type of person where it's like, unless I had a deadline that was approaching, like, over my neck like a guillotine, I wouldn't work hard.
Yeah.
You know, I would always wait till the last minute to do stuff because I worked best under pressure. And it seems like because she doesn't have to work 90-hour weeks anymore, like, theoretically, with the amount of work that she's doing, if it's just scripting, thumbing, like, for me, that only took me 15 hours to do.
Yeah.
By myself. And it only took you 10, 15 hours to do.
Yep.
That's like 2 days worth of work.
Yeah.
I think she stretches that out to a week. And then as she finishes panels, she just delivers them every day. You know, she does like 5 panels and she delivers those panels to her assistants.
Yeah.
She might have the type of mentality where it's like, if the knife isn't against her throat, she's just going to take her sweet time doing it. But she has TV on in the background, so it actually takes all day to produce 5 panels. Whereas before, she could do the thumbing and scripting stage in like a day.
Yeah.
Because now she has assistants to do everything for her, so it's like, there's no more urgency.
No.
And when there's no more urgency, she just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of artistic kind of like directorial people or people who are like in control of projects. Like if you have a really strong vision like Peter Jackson in Lord of the Rings versus Peter Jackson in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a totally different amount of passion and like the willingness to go an extra step and put more into it and really care about the end product and make sure everything looks exactly how you envision it versus just slapping something on there because the studio wants you
right.
to.
I think it's a difference, like, and I've never had, like, a long-term creative project myself, but even with Black Queen, even though nobody was reading it, I still had the internal innate passion that made me want to work on it. But I think it's a matter of, like, whether or not, like, I guess your reason for creating the comic.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for creating Lore Olympus from the beginning was escapism.
Yeah.
And it was escapism from a crappy job. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I just like drawing these characters interacting.
Yeah.
But now that she's gotten herself into telling this, like, grand story, it's a huge drag for her. The parts that she actually enjoys writing are the fluff scenes, like the shopping mall sequence.
Yeah.
That had good art. Mm-hmm. She actually enjoyed drawing that. Everything else is like a drag. Like, all of these plot-specific scenes, she freaking hates doing. That's when the conversations and the flow and the pacing becomes, like, horrible.
Yeah.
Like, too horrible to sit through.
Right.
All of the plot-related stuff she freaking hates doing. It's the fluffy, like, wish fulfillment stuff that she actually cares about. And if that's the case, then it's like, why didn't you just do that from the beginning?
Exactly.
And for people who are creating their own comics, because I know there's a lot of them in our audience, I think it's important to clarify what your intention is when you make a comic. Like, are you invested in the story? Do you want to tell a good story? Is the story your priority? Or is it just, like, a wish fulfillment thing? There's nothing wrong with doing a wish fulfillment comic, but then, like, if you do a wish fulfillment comic, you have to keep in mind that if you ever get signed or do it professionally, that desire for wish fulfillment might disappear.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's strong enough to carry you over, like, 10 years.
No, and if you're going to do a wish fulfillment comic, don't try to put in a bunch of, like, high-stakes drama, right?
Because it'll be a drag.
It'll be a drag.
It's hard to pull off.
Yeah, and it's like you're when you went out, like, initially to write that comic, you didn't have anything in mind for a grander scheme or a grander, greater plot than just pure wish fulfillment and character interaction. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, just keep it simple, because the more complicated it becomes, the more you feel like you have to keep introducing more plots to keep people interested instead of closing your previous plots, the more it's going to become a tangled mess that just constantly contradicts itself all the time.
But then it also moves away from wish fulfillment, because in order to have a compelling story, your characters have to suffer.
Yeah.
And if you want to write wish fulfillment, you don't want your characters to suffer. So that's why she can't even have Persephone as a fugitive for more than one day.
Yeah.
Like, in the next scene, she's wearing that fancy dress in the office. Like, God forbid she have to wear the invisibility cloak to the shopping mall scene.
Yeah.
Or in the office scene that comes later.
She only went missing for, like, a day.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but it was 20 chapters, though.
I know. It's like, oh my god. This is so frustrating. So, yeah.
We have rules, you know that. I know, and I'm sorry. We were, close, and I thought everything was fine. But now she's making up all these terrible rumors about me. I can only assume she doesn't want to lose her scholarship.
So based on this conversation, is he telling Artemis indirectly that he's, like, in a relationship with Persephone?
I don't know, and like I said, like, if it was more clear, then we would have actual conflict here. But again, it seems like Rachel doesn't want to close the plot, so she doesn't want Artemis to think that they were either in a relationship or that he assaulted her. Because she doesn't find out either one. It's not like she sides with Artemis against Persephone, which would have been interesting.
No.
And it's not like she sides with Persephone against Apollo, which also would have been interesting. She
No.
doesn't come to a definitive conclusion either way.
Yeah, because when he says, I can only assume she doesn't want to lose her scholarship, makes it sound like she doesn't want to be with me anymore, right?
Yeah. But
And
why didn't he just say that?
Yeah, so she's spreading rumors about me. It's very unclear what exactly he's saying, and Artemis should be here saying, like, that doesn't at all. She didn't tell me a rumor. She said you made her miserable. What did you do to make her miserable? Like, get to the point.
Yeah, why doesn't
Like-
you just say, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, like, what are you trying to say? What are you talking about? Like, made her miserable. What do you mean by that? Like,
Were you in a relationship with her?
Exactly.
Did you hurt her? Did you break her heart?
yeah, like, what did you do to her? When you guys were close, what does that mean? What does that entail?
I don't
Because
know.
I've only seen you guys interact, like, 2 times.
And
ever.
she was miserable both times.
Yeah, but I didn't pick up on it because I'm a stupid idiot. Because clearly she is. And she doesn't say anything. She's just crying for some reason. Why is she crying?
I don't know why she's crying. Honestly, Artemis, who are you going to believe? Your family or some goddess you just met? If I was Artemis, I'd be like, what are you talking about? Neither of you have stated anything.
No.
Persephone just said, your brother makes me miserable, and you just said, we were, close. I don't know what either of you are talking about.
Believe what?
Yeah,
Believe
neither of you have stated a single factual allegation at all. And Leto's like, are you gonna hashtag believe all women or hashtag not all men? It's like, what are you talking about?
Maybe that's why she's crying. 'Cause she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Apollo is like a massive pinhead. He looks like Hades here, actually.
Yeah, with the receding hairline.
And the really big eyes.
Yeah.
Oh no, Artemis looks so
Speaking
upset.
of receding hairline, look at him. Jeez.
And giant Jay Leno chin.
Who's saying, oh no, Eros?
Arrows, it's pink. Oh
Yeah.
no.
You couldn't have had just like a silent.
I like how Apollo is like staring at all the way past Artemis in this panel.
Yeah, Leto and Artemis are tiny in that
I
panel.
know. And then Artemis just disappears. Oh, she left. Man, Mom, she seems really pissed. And then Leto's like suddenly much bigger in the next panel.
And then she gets even bigger in the next panel.
Your sister has always been hot-headed. She'll come around. Why is her dialogue all italicized?
I don't know, maybe
Is she like Palpatine, like speaking in a hiss or something? Or
she could-
Voldemort?
yeah, Voldemort. I was thinking of Voldemort from the movies.
Bravery. Your parents had it too.
You know,
Apollo, your sister has always been hot-headed. He's rolling his eyes. I hope so.
does he really hope so, or does he say that was close? She almost found out. Because when Persephone said, "I'm gonna tell Artemis," he
No,
says,
but
"If you tell her, I'll show pictures."
No, but Apollo seems legitimately sad
I know.
here.
He's not going, "Oh my god, I can't believe Persephone
No,
told her."
but he seems legitimately sad here, almost as if he believes the version of, like, he just lied to Artemis.
Yeah.
But he's, like, sad because he's like, oh, Persephone accused me and Artemis doesn't believe me. It's like, does he even know that he's lying?
Because why else would he use blackmail?
Dude, it was bad Apollo.
Oh.
This is good Apollo now. And good Apollo doesn't know what bad Apollo did. So in good Apollo's perspective, he and Persephone were in a relationship.
Oh my gosh.
All of our questions are answered.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. And good Apollo wants to marry Persephone, and bad Apollo wants to ruin her life.
Yeah, I hope she's having a really bad time. Bad Apollo.
Oh my god! Speaking of coming around,
Yeah.
what are you doing to smooth things over with my future daughter-in-law?
What are you gonna do? Believe a goddess you just met? Or believe your family? Speaking of a goddess you just met, how are things going with my future daughter-in-law?
God! What the heck? Oh my god! Get me out of here!
What do you mean smooth things over? Because she'd be like, because smooth things over. She just found out that Persephone's making these allegations, right?
Leto?
Yeah, from that conversation, right?
I don't know what Leto knows. If she's in on it with Apollo, then she'd be like, what are you gonna do to make sure Persephone isn't still traumatized from the fact that you... Like, honestly, it's so stupid, because they're, like, trying to make it seem like Apollo planned to go after Persephone from the beginning.
Yeah.
But the whole sexual assault came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, it wasn't planned. Because he didn't spend time getting to know her, or, like, trying to, like, date her or anything.
Or getting, like, an understanding of, like, how experienced she is.
He didn't manipulate her or anything.
Yeah.
Like, he just barged into her room one night.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he targeted her and then, like, predatorily,
Yeah.
like, went after her and tried to manipulate her. Because his whole thing now, apparently, is that he knows she's a fertility goddess and he wants to marry her for the power to overthrow Zeus.
Yeah.
But if that was the case from the very beginning, he didn't know who she was.
No.
He called her some B-grade goddess.
Yeah.
What is going on?
And he says, yeah, me and you could be Olympus's next power couple.
No, but that was after he assaulted her.
Yeah.
When he assaulted her, he didn't know who she was.
No.
And he was like, you should be grateful that I even, like, touched you.
Yeah.
What the F,
It
bro?
was retconned, obviously.
It's
it was
obviously
totally
a retcon, but it's, like, it's so aggravating, because it's like, you expect me to believe this? You expect me to be this stupid?
Yeah.
To just swallow this, and for Apollo to look sad? Like, it's almost like she forgot that Apollo was lying.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason there's a good Apollo and a bad Apollo is because Rachel forgets. Like, Rachel can't even conceive of Apollo's true motivations and
No,
intentions.
no.
It's like she can't write a character who's lying. That's what it feels like. It's like, I can't write a character who's lying, so every character who's lying, they actually believe the lie. It's friggin' weird.
It's stupid.
It's really weird.
It's really, like, horrible.
Nothing I'm doing is working. She just seems to be constantly angry at me right now.
Dude, you said
You're the one who intentionally...
blackmailed her. What's
You
going
No,
on?
but you also exposed her to Zeus.
Yeah.
Were you expecting her to be happy with you after you did that?
I hope she's having a terrible time right now.
I know!
Going out with Daphne.
Nothing I'm doing is working.
Yeah, going out with Daphne. That's like.
And she caught him going out with Daphne.
Smooth things over with the future daughter-in-law.
If he actually wanted to apologize to her, why would he make it so that she caught him and Daphne in public? Like, if you think you're in a relationship with her, you basically just cheated on her.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
It's horrible. It doesn't make any sense. If you look at Apollo at all, it's like, no. Like, none of his
I
actions
can't
make
believe
any sense.
she wrote a villain and she didn't even consider what the villain's motivations are.
No.
Like, how do you do that? And she's spending all of her time with Hades in the underworld.
Crappy panel.
Accurate panel.
But, like, the money is, like, not coming from anywhere.
No, the facial expressions are awful.
And she's so tiny.
I know. I tried talking to Hera, but she was no help. Like, he looks legitimately sad here.
Yeah.
I see.
How does she see anything from under her veil?
Perhaps I should pay a little visit to the underworld. Why is she looking at us?
I'm scared.
Why is she looking at me?
And the background went from being blurry to being clear.
I know, it's like she turned around to face the camera and her eyes are glowing and her hands are so small.
Yeah, that's creepy. This is the top comment for that 147.
Yeah.
OMG Artemis, gaslit by her entire family to never doubt her family. I feel horrible for her.
She's not being gaslit. That's not the definition. The definition of gaslighting isn't that.
Well, anyway, I wouldn't call that conversation gaslighting. I would call it a nonsense conversation.
Yeah, if anything, you're gaslighting the audience. Not gaslighting Artemis.
I'm the one being gaslit.
I'm the one being gaslit.
Feel bad for me.
Because Apollo doesn't even seem to realize that he's lying.
Yeah.
What a joke. Okay, episode 148. Daydreams and nightmares.
Yeah, this is the one with the Hades going about Kronos.
Abstract cloud landscape.
Yeah.
Persephone in the void.
Posing like Rhea.
Corey. I like how you did the wide shot of the fields and valleys, but then you scroll down to Persephone, it's like a friggin' super tight zoom in.
Yeah, like knee-up shot.
Yeah,
right?
why didn't you just do like, okay, the widescape was fine, and then you do a closer shot of Persephone from a distance, like growing some plants. You see the plant growing over her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the close-up of Persephone's face.
No.
It's friggin', like, it almost feels like those two panels aren't even connected to each other.
No.
Like, we get a shot of unrelated scenery and then Persephone in the void, you know?
Yep.
Corey! Exclamation point. Goddess of spring, working hard or hardly working? We all know the answer to that one.
Hades.
Hades!
Hard at work.
So good to see you. She's very pretty, Idonius.
Is that how Kronos talks?
Vibrating eyes. No, no, no. Hades.
Hades.
Croak. At least it was spelled correctly this time. This isn't real. You have surprised me, Adonius. You found me a fertility goddess.
Oh god, he's flashing
I
him.
know.
Oh god.
It's all black, but that's his dong right there.
Yeah, you can see it. So he's like, oh
no. You're finally proving to be good for something, I suppose. And then why'd you eat him, bro?
Yeah.
This is a nightmare. You're in Tartarus. Are you so sure about that?
This is so annoying because usually when people have like dreams and it turns out to not be true, then that's it. It's just like a dream. But
right.
This actually ends up to be true,
Yeah.
right? Like it ends up becoming true.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have like prophetic visions.
No.
And then like notice how the fates are nowhere to be found, right?
It's like, it's instead of like cleverly foreshadowing Kronos, you just had the main character have bad dreams about him.
Yeah.
And that was enough foreshadowing needed for Kronos coming back.
No.
Like, you didn't foreshadow it with Hera saying like, you know, all he needs to escape Tartarus is like a fresh burst of life. Mm-hmm. And have you considered that Persephone, being a fertility goddess, it's not wise to keep her in close... Like, nobody's connected those dots. Like, Zeus is he also knows that she's a fertility goddess. He's never thought to himself, I need to get her away from the underworld as fast as possible because Kronos is there.
Yeah.
And Hades may not recognize the danger, but I do. But no, everyone's friggin' stupid. Everyone's running around with like a half a brain cell in this comic. Nobody puts dots together. Like, no one connects dots. Nobody thinks about anything except like the immediate present.
Yeah.
And even then, like, that barely comes into play. Like, they don't think about the past because Persephone doesn't think about her assault at all.
No.
And she doesn't think about the pictures at all. And they don't think about the future. Like, nobody's thinking about Kronos and the fertility goddess.
No.
They can only think about the immediate present, and even then, their thoughts are so jumbled and disconjointed that it feels like they're all on drugs. Like, it's crazy. They all have the memory of goldfish or, like, people with Alzheimer's. Everyone in friggin' Lore Olympus has Alzheimer's. Corey! And then there's, like, a KKK member standing on his chest.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, this is...
real.
It's so weird.
Whoa,
like,
what is that?
That's his,
what the
that's
F?
his morning...
Oh my
morning,
god.
you know
morning tree.
Yeah, his morning Amazon rainforest.
His morning log.
Yeah. that felt surreal. Hands snaking down to his crotch.
Oh my god.
The weird little
it's
kid.
you.
Yeah, the weird little kid in the sheet is so bizarre.
Why is the kid there? So earlier we saw the kid when Minty slapped him.
Yeah.
And it was basically just a visual representation of his anxiety when Minty gets like this. I don't like it when she gets like this. It reminds me of Kronos. So that was the only purpose for that. We never thought that Hades, like in that scene, it was never clear that Hades himself saw the kid and interacted with it.
Well, there was one part where Persephone says something to him, and then the kid shows up again and goes like, "No, you're everything I ever wanted." And then Hades like shoos it away.
Yeah, but that's just like an internal thought.
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't. He didn't talk to it.
No,
it was like when you like it's like the good angel, bad angel from like Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
like it's just like an internal thought. It's not like an entirely different person.
No,
that you talk to. Where he says, "Oh, it's you." Like now, all of a sudden, he can see the kid Hades.
Why does kid Hades have a sheet? Yeah, but what's up with that? Why does if it is supposed to be the same kid Hades, and then later, how come Hera sees the kid in a dream? I don't know. Like that's bizarre, right?
It's freaking weird.
Is it a real kid that is like psychically communicating with everybody?
Is this the kid that Kronos trapped in Tartarus in season 3?
Is it?
I don't know.
Could it be?
Is it friggin' Bahamut from Final Fantasy X?
You cried.
Like, what's going on?
Don't cry.
Oh, it's you. Yeah. Sigh, I'm fine. You don't need to check up on me. Why are his, like, hands so long?
The kid?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like Mimikyu. He's freaking...
Yeah, he's like Mimikyu. Like, why is he here?
Looking under the sheet.
Why is he here?
And he's trying to flash Hades again, and Hades don't do that.
I'm okay. She's okay. 6:25. She's definitely safe and in her bed.
Shoulder, oh my gosh.
I know.
And why does he get all, like, freaked out?
I don't know. Bad dream. This is so stupid. She's fine.
You know, he didn't have that much worry about her when she
went missing.
Yeah, when she went missing.
No, when she went missing, he just got Hecate to look for her.
Exactly.
They came to his house, and then he like went to sleep and went to work the next day.
He's like, oh, so
he didn't spend all night looking for her.
She's with her mother in the mortal realm.
No, he waited for Hecate to show up to work to get her to help him search the pawn shops. He wasn't looking at the pawn shops that night.
No.
And he even himself, he didn't come up with that idea. He like obviously didn't give it any thought at all.
No.
Just an idiot.
It's a waste of time.
Please go back to sleep.
She's like sniffing his fingers in that one.
And then she's pulled him into her bed.
Wait a second, this seems familiar.
Why?
Persephone interrupting her sleep.
Oh my god!
Coming to her bed.
Oh Jesus!
Hades, what were you doing outside of my door? That's a little scary.
Dude, she never even thinks about it.
No, she doesn't go, what were you doing outside my door?
She doesn't get, like, freaked out.
No.
Because this isn't exactly what happened to her 2 weeks ago.
I know, and it was, like, terrible.
Wow.
Hades, you were standing outside of my door. That's a little weird. What's that about?
Yeah, why were you about to come into my room while I was asleep?
Pulls him into the room. Like, nothing is wrong.
God.
Right? Like,
no, but even then, like 3 episodes ago, she was wondering about not being forward enough for him, but she literally pulls him into her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulled him into her bed in that one episode when she called him after work.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Persephone?
No consistency.
Move your bum. Lie down, angry dog.
My arms are short.
Seriously?
Help me.
Oh my god! Someone chopped off 6 inches from his arms. He's got baby arms. It's 6:30 a.m. Just get in the bed. 6:30 isn't that early though.
No, like that's.
I thought Persephone was a type A.
Hey,
wait, wasn't she getting up early and like running around in the episode where she called him after the 4 a.m. text? I feel like it's implied that she's early to bed, early to rise.
I don't know if I'm confusing this with Let's Play where Sam wakes up at 5 a.m. every day.
No, because in Lore Olympus they show Persephone as like being a little perfectionist.
Yeah.
She even has a bullet journal.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she doesn't seem the type to sleep in. I mean, I might just be nitpicking because I hate this comic so much.
Yeah.
Yes, goddess. Come here, pat, pat. Yeah, dude, it's like she was never even freaking assaulted.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Let me show you something. Why does she have the phone in her pocket?
No, but, I mean, was she watching that in bed? And that's why she's got it pulled up on her phone all of a sudden?
What's this?
And why is her phone the size of a credit card in one panel and then huge in another one?
A streaming video of Griffin pups. Dude, like, this is like, it feels like Rachel just discovered that these videos exist, and then she decided to put it in her comic.
Because she started watching them herself?
Yeah. A streaming video of Griffin pups. It's relaxing, right?
She didn't watch those oddly satisfying videos
Probably.
that hijack your brain?
But I thought she was tech illiterate. I mean, she still uses a parchment and paper in his office. Maybe that's just her excuse for not getting any work done. I don't know how to use the computer, Hades. I have to use parchment and pen. But then at home, she's like on TikTok, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He looks like those giant, like, squares in Mario.
You're the ones that smash you?
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
This tombstone face, Hades. Holy crap. So what's wrong? ... Oh my god!
His head is massive.
He looks like a freaking Moai! Like Easter Island head! Dang!
He's a titan. His face wasn't mapped out at all
No. Nothing.
either. Oh my god, this is so creepy.
You don't tell me what's wrong, I'm gonna keep staring at you like this. Persephone's such an a-hole. No more void phase of being irrational and you are being too generous. No, she's not. She's like bullying him. I'm not being generous. You're far less smelly than Cerberus. How are you
Cerberus
being
the farting
irrational?
dog.
I know. Why would you let him sleep in your bed then? I had a nightmare that my father ate you. This is like it doesn't go anywhere. It's completely pointless, and it doesn't even affect their relationship. So it's just wasting my time. I was worried he might be gone. Oh no, Hades, why didn't you say anything? As you could see, I'm fine. Empty platitudes. And Kronos is in Tartarus. There's no way he can leave, right?
How
Right.
does she know that?
Meanwhile, at that very moment...
Yeah, like a stupid set. This is like the same thing that happened besides. Who would want to overthrow Zeus?
I know.
And then it went nowhere.
I know.
And this is the same thing where it's like, he's in Tartarus.
And it's her stupid tree that caused all of this.
Yeah.
This is so dumb.
That doesn't seem like a very good security system.
No.
Those chains seem kind of flimsy.
No, but like... In season 3, after Kronos destroys the underworld, they rebuild it, and then she causes more trees to grow. It's just like, are you stupid, dude?
Oh god.
Like how? I thought the tree was the reason he escaped in the first place. And then they put him back in Tartarus and grew more trees.
That's really stupid.
It is really stupid.
I don't understand this comic. I mean, I'm not even gonna waste time trying to understand.
But there's like no,
why.
there's no plot. It's just stuff happens.
It's just
something happens, and it's like this was never planned out from the beginning. Because if it was, why is the tree only reaching Kronos now?
No, and there's not even any sort of internal logic or consistency.
No, it was never established that a tree would revive Kronos.
Yeah, and so the top comment for that chapter was, "Life is just the time between Lore Olympus updates."
Oh my god. Dude, if that was my life, I would seriously be looking at.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, you must have a really bad life, OP. You must have a terrible life, bro. Your life must be so horrible.
Oh,
You must be like a starving orphan or something. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, a starving orphan would read Lore Olympus and be like, "This is crap. Like, this is garbage. How come Persephone never eats anything in this effing
give
comic?"
me food instead.
Yeah, like, I don't want this. I want some freaking food. This is terrible. I want a family who loves me. This is terrible.
149, dead woman walking. Olympus gym.
Yeah, this is about Minty.
Where is she?
In her weird car.
I know, that is weird. I thought Minty didn't have a car and she used public transportation to get around.
She does.
Why is she sitting in the car?
She could have been sitting outside the gym.
We're supposed to meet at the gym for a 6:30 class. Where are you? Tap, tap, tap.
So Zeus is with her right now.
Yeah, and they're in the
So when
void.
Hera wakes up...
They're in the void.
When Hera wakes up from her nightmare, Zeus, like,
This is 6:30 in the morning at the same time that Persephone and Hades are watching Baby Griffin videos.
Yeah.
This is 6:30 on a Monday.
Okay, so then when does that Hera nightmare stuff happen?
I think Monday night. It has to be, right?
I don't know. Okay, we'll see it when we get to it.
Tap, tap. I'm in my car right now. 5 minutes.
It figures.
I'm so tired. Dude, it isn't apparent here, but later on, Minty's boobs go from, like, B cup to, like, friggin' triple D cup.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, I read somewhere that Rachel said she likes drawing curvy characters. So
But
maybe...
this was the character that you consistently body shamed for being smaller chested. And then you just retconned her to be bigger chested after she got dumped by Hades. Like, it just makes me think that Rachel's like, heh, and after that, she goes and gets plastic surgery because I hate her so much and I want her to suffer. And even after she gets big badonkas, Hades doesn't want her anymore.
Yeah. No. Especially because in that scene when she's talking to him in the office, she's like tugging at her blouse,
I know,
like right at her cleavage.
Like,
area.
I feel like she did that, but she just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
like, you know, canonically in her head.
Yeah.
Because she does that all the time where she's like, you know, my headcanon, but it's never actually outright stated.
Yeah, because nobody...
Like, she also said that Hades has a foot fetish. That's probably why Persephone's feet are drawn all the time.
Hades has a foot
Yeah,
fetish?
Hades has a foot fetish.
I thought
They both have foot fetishes.
Why does he have a foot fetish?
Everything that Persephone is, he has a fetish for. He has a big pink boob fetish. He has a short hair fetish. He has a childlike fetish. He has a pink nymph fetish. He's got a pink foot fetish.
He also likes vor though. He likes small and then he also likes big.
No, he likes really small and he likes really big.
No in between.
There's no in between. God, I'm so tired. Thanatos has to be wrong about what this is like Zeus. This is giving me Zeus flashbacks. It's like Thanatos told you about that on Saturday.
Yeah.
And now it's Monday, and you're still thinking about it.
Hey, you know what is even worse though? Give me a call when you get your crowd together. And he got his crowd together so fast, because now he's taking pictures at Daphne's class on Monday. When Saturday, she's like, when you get your crowd together, give me a call. And he's like, okay. I'll call you right now. My craft is sorted. Don't worry about it.
He got his crowd together in a day. He went to like 5 therapy appointments with different therapists on the same day.
He's just a schmuck who wants to get into her pants, obviously.
Oh my god, because she's like Persephone clone.
Yeah.
He's such a child anyway. What does he know? I just need to get Hades alone for 2 seconds. We've had our ups and downs, but it's never been over. It's not over. He's been mad at me before. We could bounce back.
She looks like such a potato
I
on
know.
these panels.
It's how we've always been. And then we get a flashback that has nothing to do with them bouncing back. It's not like she flashes back to them fighting and then like
No.
2 days later Hades is like, I'm so sorry, babe. I'll never do it again. You and me, we'll be together forever.
In fact, it's a flashback to when they first ever met.
I know.
Which is the opposite of bouncing
I know, because
back.
they weren't even in a relationship.
No.
So why did she flash back to when they first met? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Final notice. Oh yeah, and in this flashback, she makes Minty like way more friggin' sympathetic than Persephone ever was.
Yeah.
She's more sympathetic and she's flawed, so she's more interesting.
If this was the first chapter of the comic, it'd be more interesting.
I agree.
Like, it'd be
it'd be much more
story.
interesting.
Yeah.
Versus like innocent cinnamon roll Persephone who has no brain in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock, knock. Minty, your rent is late. Is it? Oh my god, no. She lives in a crappy apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play cute with me. Keep falling behind, you're out. Okay. I want that rent payment tonight. I'm good for it. It's fine. She's like kind of a manipulative person.
Mm-hmm.
I need cash and fast. Why didn't they just cut to Minty like working at the car show?
I mean, because what did she do for a job before that? It's again the problem where it's like none of these people had lives or did anything before they met like story relevant characters.
I think she was like a model or something, because this is like it's some kind of agency, or it's like an escort agency or something.
I don't know.
It's like, I don't know anything about car show models, but yeah, it just seems like some kind of like sex work adjacent agency. Or like modeling, but like men's modeling or something.
Yeah.
I thought you said you never wanted to see me again. You misheard me. What I meant was I never want to see you sad again. She's like an Iron Man character.
Yep.
You yelled at my board. Why is the bird like, it looks like a butt with a head.
Yeah, it's going like yo, you know, like this. It's like playing in the front, his feet back. Stomp on
Oh
the
my gosh.
Get back and attack the wood. Right?
What? No, I would never yell at Ginger.
Why does the bird have a name?
Why is
it named Ginger? And why are all the characters, like the nymphs and the satyrs and all that stuff named like Larry, Anna, Tori, Alex?
This whole thing feels like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Marvel movie origin story. You're a good-looking girl, but your attitude stinks. And her hand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her boobs are really big in this scene too.
Yeah. And
she's like she used to be very thin and slim, like that character from Incredibles.
Yeah, the Mirage.
Mirage, yeah. She used to be very tall, thin, and slim.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden she has a very similar body type to Persephone, except
Yeah.
her boobs just are like 2 cups smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all of the body diversity from this comic just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you must have some work for me. I'll take anything. It's only because you make me laugh. She didn't laugh. He didn't laugh when she said, I didn't say anything to your fat chicken. You know?
Your rapping bird.
Yeah. I got a car to show for you. A car show? No. Why does that sound sarcastic?
The bird looks totally different.
I
It looks like a fake bird.
No, but she just said I'll do anything, and then she's like, I don't want to do a car show.
And the colors are so different. that
Car
it's
shows
like,
are our bread and butter, Missy. Yeah, the characters look totally different. Minty looks like closer to her on-model self.
Yeah.
And the bird looks much more svelte.
Yeah.
And it's a totally different color.
It doesn't look like a Neopet anymore.
No. Be at the Thunderbolt Convention Center at 5 p.m. sharp. Yeah. No, the bird looks like the angry, like it'd be angry at you during like cheat.
Yeah.
So-and-so caught you cheating. Ginger caught you cheating.
Yeah, it's what are those birds called in Neopets? Not the Mirkas, but you know, it's like a penguin or something, like a pingu, or I don't know what it's called.
Pingu?
Some kind of Neopet, you know?
I don't know. I don't remember.
This one, it looks like this one.
It's a Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a Terry with a fat penguin lower body.
Yeah.
Why is she smiling?
I don't know, but then the one after that is just weird.
She's smiling right into the camera.
Yeah, the panel when she gets to the center is just...
Okay, this blows. What's that guy doing there?
He's just breathing!
Is he supposed to be like a creep?
Like, staring at her and breathing. That's not... It just looks like he's on LSD and he's tripping out.
Yeah, is he supposed to be like ogling her?
I guess so, but that's not... It doesn't look like ogling.
No, you could have just drawn some guy like doing this and like looking her up and down, like drooling or something.
Yeah.
More breathing.
And he looks like a child. Like, it's a small, you know... It's, I don't even know. Like, I was so confused when I saw this. Like, it looks like a kid whose parents left
No, but
him there.
it's just one kid, and like it doesn't even fit in with the background.
No.
And it doesn't even convey what you want it to convey.
And he's not even looking at her in that panel.
And he's not even centered. And there's no perspective. Like, it would have been better if it was a perspective shot where he's looking up at her and breathing with drool coming out of his mouth. And he was smack dab in the center of the frame and, like, closer to the camera.
Yeah.
And then you have a shot of, like, side profile. Yeah. She's staring directly at him. Or she's trying to stare over here, like she doesn't notice him.
No, like another one that would have been good is the one that's like downwards looking at him, and then the next one is you cut to her with her arms folded.
Oh yeah. So it's like the reverse shot.
Yeah, and she's like looking off to the side, and then
she's got like a sweat drop.
Yeah, then you cut to the wide shot, and she's like this, and he's standing in front of her, and he's still not leaving.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that would have been a comedic shot.
Yeah,
where you do the downward angle of him like being a creep, and then the upward angle of her looking stiff and like annoyed, and then you do the side shot. That'd be like a comedy reveal.
It would.
Yeah, a comedy reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just crap.
This is just crap. They're not even facing each other. I know, right? Thetis looks totally different too.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's the same color.
I didn't even recognize her when I first saw her.
Yeah, she looks totally different. It's so cool that he asked both of us to come though. So cool. Love it. I kind of wish his oldest brother wasn't here. It's kind of creepy, don't you think?
Hades is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
When Zeus is okay, sure.
Totally. You know what? You should tell Zeus that. Really? Yeah, he's super accommodating and reasonable. Yeah, Thetis has got like a BBL in this freaking flashback.
Yeah.
She looks so different. Like, I remember when she first showed up, she had like one of my favorite designs.
Mm-hmm.
And now she looks like trash. Yeah, like, she looks like Thanatos.
She does look like Thanatos. Like, they have the same
color palette, and they didn't used to.
No.
He loves honesty. Thanks, you're so nice. This panel, like, freaked me out.
Jump scare.
It looks like a horror panel, like she's coming right to your face, and, like, the next panel is gonna be a big panel of her right in front of the camera.
Yeah, and the fact that Thetis just starts talking to Minty after that, they don't know each other at this point.
No, they don't. What? I hate Sharon.
It's not even like Minty was looking at her and then she caught her looking at her.
No. It's not like Minty was, like, snooping,
No.
and then Thetis was like, you have something you want to say to me,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it wasn't even anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fart face. There you are. Still fart face. Such a shame.
Such a bad panel, man.
This panel is awful, and they forgot to put the texture on it.
Yeah.
They used the texture filter to kind of hide when the art looks bad. Actually, it's missing in the previous panel, too.
Yeah.
It's on the one before that, where she's doing the fart face.
Yeah.
But it's, like, really turned down. Like, this one has, like a really high opacity, and the next one it's, like, turned down, and it's just missing. And the art looks really rough when you don't have that panel, that filter on.
Mm-hmm.
And they only did the eyelashes on one eye, too.
Oh, gosh. I don't get
How does this
it.
keep happening?
Do you not do both eyes at the same time?
No, they forgot to do her ear line art, too.
Yeah, that's why it looks so bad. Like, she's melting.
Yeah.
And she's going like, oh, I'm melting, help me. Right? Like, you can replace the text. Oh, help me. Help me.
Save me.
Yeah. Save me. Right?
Who is this leggy vision? They forgot the filter again.
And Poseidon looks like a creep.
Minty. They keep forgetting the filter. The filter's just gone. Her mouth is so far down.
Yeah.
I am Zeus, but I'm sure you know that. This is Poseidon.
He's not even wearing clothes. He's just wearing body paint.
I know.
That's why she's creeped out.
Why does Poseidon look like he looks so different?
He looks like Shrek.
Yeah, he does. Why does he look like a short... He wasn't that short previously.
No, he was the same height.
What the heck?
As everybody else.
What? He looks like the cucumber veggie tail.
Yeah.
Mix with Shrek.
Larry the cucumber.
And that's Hades over there. What do you mean it's overdue? He's a little grumpy today. Maybe you can help me cheer him up. Zeus is such an effing creep.
Yeah, but the motion is like just god awful.
Hey, Hades, come over here. Yank. What?
Look
Look
at
Poseidon! Oh my god, he looks like the Joker!
No, that's how she should have drawn the guy who was breathing.
I know!
Just copy and paste Poseidon into that panel.
Yeah, I know!
Like, oh god.
That would have been perfect!
He looks like the Joker. Jared Leto's
I know, Jared Leto's Joker!
Ugh.
I actually have to go. Something's come up at work. Why is Thetis laughing? Shove.
His eye!
I know.
It looks like a boiled egg.
I can't recall ever having seen you in a cap.
So funny.
So funny.
Oh my
Hades
god.
is wearing a hat. Oh my god. Pyrrhic's wearing a hat. It's so funny. Oh my god, Pyrrhic hat! Oh, so funny!
Oh no! I hate everyone for making fun of me for wearing a hat.
Ha 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 ha, he's getting bullied.
Ah, this is triggering me. Ah.
And Minty feels bad for him getting bullied.
Why is she standing like
I
that?
don't know. Fizz. I didn't know that their teleportation sound effect was fizzing now.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, her outfit's completely black.
I saw that in the background. That quick blurred out.
Oh, I thought you'd laugh. Zeus has the humor of a friggin' brain dead monkey. Oh my god.
No, monkeys are funnier. He's got the humor of like the aliens from Galaxy Quest. You know, like just absurd.
No, the humor of the aliens from what's that movie called?
It's not-
Walken.
Oh, you're
Communion.
Communion.
Yeah, Communion.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh jeez.
I guess we better get going. Nice meeting you, Minty. And her butt is huge. It looks like she's gotten a BBL.
Yeah, and her bottoms are totally sucked into her.
It's like she doesn't know how to draw different
What?
body types, and
Yeah.
her arms are like friggin' atrophied.
Mm-hmm.
Squinty-eyed. What just happened? But it's not even funny. It's not even like, you know, it would have been something if like it was at the car show And then she got roped into something that she didn't anticipate getting roped into. And then her and Hades had a moment outside where he, like, talked to her. And he was like, I'm sorry to unload this on you, but, you know, my brother doesn't seem to understand XYZ.
You know what they could have done is Hades pretends to be interested in buying a car. And then he goes, how about you take it for a spin with me? And then they just drive it out of the store. And she goes, I'm going to get in trouble for this, aren't I?
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, I just needed to get away from those two.
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, Zeus, what a great idea. I'll take her out for a spin. And then she's like, what? No. And then he puts her in a car and he's like, don't worry. I'm using you as a pretext to get away from them. Mm-hmm. And then he takes her for a drive. And then she's like, you know, they have a heart-to-heart in the car. And he's like, sorry, I just needed to, like, get them off my back. I'm not really in the mood for chit-chat. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry you got roped into this, but he wouldn't have left me alone because he thinks that, like, being around women all the time is, like, his idea of, like, a good time.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that. And then she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves the hat in the car. And then he just drops her back off. And then she's like, but what about the car? And then he's like, oh, here, just put it on my card. And, like, hands her his credit card.
Yeah, and then he buys the car with the hat in it.
Yeah, he buys the car with the hat in it. And then she has to go track down the car, or the hat. And, like, that also establishes that he's obscenely wealthy. And she could be like, wow, he was obscenely wealthy. Like, I wonder what it would be like to have that much money.
Yeah.
You know, because then you can also play into the idea of Minty being, like, kind of a gold digger or appreciating that perk of being with Hades. So then she ends up with his credit card and then, you know, has to go get the hat and then just returns the hat and the credit card. But I don't know why she's so angry.
Yeah, I mean, she would have to be angry because if the hat is what keeps her from getting paid, right? Like, maybe she says, hey, I sold a car today, don't I get some commission? They go, actually, you don't.
So like, she's like Peter Parker.
Yeah, Spider-Man, basically. The ad said $2,000. $2,000 for a 3-minute cage match. You pin him in 2.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, I sold that car. I should get commission for it. And he goes, no, you just flashed your eyes and wiggled your butt at the king of the underworld. That's not hard work, right? Sell 10 cars, and then we'll see about you getting a 10% commission. And she's like, this is unbelievable. And then he goes, and the reason he says that is because she doesn't have the hat, right? He goes, yeah, you sold the car, but where's the hat? And she goes, well, what does that matter, right? Mm-hmm. I'll just buy another hat with the commission. He goes, you're not going to get the commission.
No,
right?
I think when she gets the car floor job, the floor model job, they should be like, oh, and the perk of this one is that you get a commission if you sell a car. And then she's like, where's my commission? He's like, honey, you didn't sell the car, your body did, or something like that.
Yeah, work harder.
Yeah.
Like, a girl like you should be able to sell 10, 20 cars, not just one.
Yeah, those guys came in drunk, and they were, like, itching for, like, they only came here for the floor models. Mm-hmm. This ain't a strip club. You know, I only pay real salesmen, you know, throwing some misogyny in there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then she has to go get the hat back just to get paid, you know, and then so she's angry, but she's not angry at Hades. She's angry at, like, the fact that her job sucks.
Mm-hmm.
When will I get paid? Sorry, hon, there's a problem. The client said you didn't return the hat.
There is a problem. It's, like, weird.
I know.
Right?
There's a problem. Why didn't he just say, sorry, hon, the client said you didn't return the hat?
They are saying it's theft.
I'm sorry, but they're not going to pay you. So stupid.
But I like the fact that when, you know, the king of the underworld took her hat, she goes up to him and she confronts him about it.
She's the only character who confronts him ever.
Yeah.
And it's portrayed as, like, abusive.
No, like, it's so great to see somebody go up to him and be like, dude, you're nothing special just because you're the king of the underworld.
For somebody like that would be refreshing.
Yeah.
I admire your spunk, kid. You know?
Yeah, like, it's really impressive, especially somebody who's like...
low on the totem pole.
Yeah, like, it's really cool.
And I don't even know where she is when she's sending those text messages.
She's, like, outside of the convention center.
I'll get my money one way or another. Yet another Minty episode that has nothing to do with the plot. You gonna read the top comment for us?
Oh, yes. Let me do that. Let's see here. So the top comment. Ah, Minty, I didn't miss you at all.
Wow. What a dick.
The one after that is, I nearly forgot she existed. It was nice, too.
Wow. What a dick.
Alright, so, another one. Yeah, I don't care for her backstory. She was abusive to Hades. She brought his father up. She can rot as far as I care.
What? Brought his father up?
Yeah.
So didn't Hera do that, too?
Yeah.
150, Dead Woman Walking, Part 2. F the royals and that fish bish that was with them. Walking in the void.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Larry. Minty, where is your rent? It's 5 p.m.
Not even
I can assure you, you will get your money.
He's not even on the phone in that
No.
that panel though. Like,
Yeah, he's just yelling into the void with his arm erased. I wonder if it's a copy from the previous episode.
might be.
That's what it looks like, with the arm erasure.
And she just pushes some short woman out of the way.
Yeah.
Who's got her tongue out.
You better, bye! Mumble, 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 underworld subway, but it just looks like a liminal space because her heels aren't even on a step.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This is like...
Embarrassingly bad.
This is like when Squidward's trapped in the void.
I know!
Alone, alone, alone!
Mumble, mumble, mumble. This is where he works, I guess.
Oh my gosh, compare this to the earlier scene
know,
with Persephone
right?
getting to Underworld.
I know, right? Excuse me, ma'am. Could I tempt you to sign up for a low-interest credit card? Do people actually stand outside buildings signing people up for low-interest credit cards like that?
I don't think so.
Like, is this like a New Zealand thing?
Could be.
It's never happened to me.
It's only so that she can grab the
But
head
why
of
did she
the
grab
snake.
the head?
Does it have to do with like mythology?
Is it a
or
mythology
something?
reference that nobody else gets except for Rachel?
Could be.
That's friggin' weird. Who's that? Why are these characters so shiny? Did Rachel draw this panel? Something tells me we're going to find out.
Yeah, they're very shiny. And that lady's snake is asleep on her head. I like that.
Yeah, I know. It's cute.
And Hades has many arms.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And he's drinking while he's doing work.
And
What a great employee.
yeah, his extra arms have like long
Claws.
Claws, yeah.
All of his arms have long claws. All of his hands have long claws.
Not his usual hands that he uses.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's only like the extra ones.
Right. Crisis averted. Why is he like stamping stuff?
Well, he said something was overdue. Do you remember? Like,
Yeah, but it's like
it's so vague. You don't really know.
no,
what he's talking about.
it's like a child's understanding of like important business work
Yeah.
with stamps on it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's weird.
And
Like,
he-
and the other thing is, why would the CEO be doing it himself?
Yeah,
He would just go back to work and like yell at the person who's in charge of doing
But
it.
just because you like physically stamped something doesn't mean the crisis is averted. Because you presumably have to scan that and send it to somebody.
Yeah, I
right?
know. So that's what I'm saying.
If
Like,
you just stamp it in your office and the person on the receiving
Never
end
receives
of
it.
never receives it, then it might as well have not have been stamped.
Exactly.
So what do you mean crisis averted?
that's what I'm saying. It's so childish that he just stamped it with a stamp and went like, "I'm all done now."
Yeah.
Like it's like, what do you think CEOs do?
Baby's first job.
Like what? Yeah. It's like
It's weird.
it's weird.
It's a very shallow, like,
understanding.
I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, it's like I watch movies from the 1980s and they're always stamping stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna have my character stamping stuff when they're important big CEOs. You know, it's like that scene where he was staring at his triangle painting
Yeah.
with his like nose 2 inches from the wall.
Yeah.
But it was clearly supposed to be like Wall Street, where Michael Douglas is staring out the window at his big office.
He's just staring so close to it that the focal length is all effed up and everything's
Yeah, his
blurry.
eyes are crossed.
Yeah.
His eyes are crossed just to have it in focus. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's so performative.
It's very performative.
It's extremely performative and shallow, and it's like
yeah,
you don't even
emulating
understand.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like you know what? It reminds you of Cargo Cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
where like the people who are doing the thing don't understand why the thing is done a certain way.
No.
It's like you just watch a lot of TV and you include references and scenes that are similar to what you see in TV without understanding. Like, you know, she's like the person who like watched the scene in The Dark Knight where he's trying to extrapolate the bullet fragments out, and she just like puts it in her comic, not even understanding what the point of that scene was.
No, Bollywood movies do that all the time.
They do, where they just copy scenes from Hollywood movies and they don't even know why.
Yeah.
Like the stupid scene that was copied from The Dark Knight, but it was like extremely dumb.
Yeah. Or like they copy stuff from like I don't know, like Memento was pretty much remade into Gajini.
Yeah, it was remade into a Bollywood movie, and they copied it, but it was like the extremely stupid version.
Yeah.
Where in Memento, the main guy has tattoos all over him because he has short-term memory loss, and in the Indian version, he has tattoos that say like "drink water" and like "don't forget to breathe."
Yeah.
Stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even bother to research the condition that the main character had
No.
in Memento.
Or like in that Race 2, they've got the glasses that let them change the cards
Oh
that they
my
have
god!
when they're playing poker.
It was like a child. It was like a 6-year-old wrote it.
Yeah.
It's like somebody listened to a bunch of 6-year-olds playing imaginary games with their G.I. Joe figures and then turned that into a movie. And that's what Lore Olympus is. It's like a 6-year-old playing with Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, Hades is doing important work in the office. Stamp.
Oh god.
Crisis averted. Get out of Grunt. I mean, you can tell he's not a CEO because he only has one monitor.
Yeah. And he doesn't have a standing desk.
No. Don't go in there, you need an appointment. I like the imagery of Minty, like, dripping all over the place.
Yeah.
I think Minty is a much more interesting, like, visually and, like, from a character perspective, more interesting than Persephone is.
That looks a little unfortunate.
I know, it looks like The Exorcist.
No, it looks like she got her period.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing anything, and it just shone to the floor, right? Like,
is that Sully the banking snake? Shut up! I'm sorry, sir. She's unstoppable. You took my hat. Why is she so angry at him?
because she's not gonna get paid.
I know, you took the event planner's hat. So I got accused of stealing.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did. They're saying it's theft. That was the text message.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
she
right.
got accused of stealing.
Cut that out of the video.
Yeah, pure...
No, don't. No! Cut that out. Yeah.
Just because of that, I'm gonna zoom it out of your face when you said she didn't steal it.
No!
And now I'm not getting paid for the gig, and I'm going to be evicted. And she's crying. And it's you and your brother's fault. Like, I feel like she should have made the meeting between her and Zeus and Hades more impactful.
Have more weight to it.
Yeah, like, I think Zeus should have really effed up her job, and then on top of that, Hades also took the hat.
Yeah, because while she was out with Hades, he could have gone in and he could have tried to test drive a car and smashed it into the wall or something. And it's like, well, we lost a car on the floor today, so the one that you sold to Hades
you don't get the
doesn't
commission.
count.
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
And then on top of, okay, what about my base pay? Well, we're not going to give that to... Okay, return your uniform first. Wait a minute, where's the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're not going to give you your base pay because you stole the hat. And I think instead of a text message, it should have been the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling her to her face.
Like, have the Spider-Man moment. One of his arms is much longer than the other.
Well, that's par for the course at this point.
And this is just copy-pasted. Mm-hmm. It's the same image, just copy-pasted.
His hair changes so much in the sequence, it's like very frustrating.
But it's the same, one's the same one.
Yeah, but
that's how you know
if you
it was copy-pasted.
Yeah, of course. Because it's like all long, and then it gets short.
I know.
And then his hairline recedes,
I know.
and then it gets long again, and it's like...
But instead of curly, it's straight long.
Yeah.
Your brother's clearly an a-hole. Oh my god, this is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
He looks like Tombstone face.
This is
Frankenstein.
before he got all the anti-aging plastic
Yeah,
surgery.
all the work done.
Yeah.
Minty paid for his glow up.
Yeah.
Are you an underworld river nymph?
Oh, yeah.
Why did he ask her that question?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
I am. What's your name? Tadpole! Oh my god! Then be like, are you black? Yes, I am. What's your name? Brown sugar?
Yeah.
Are you Latina? Yes, I am. What's your name, Mamacita?
Oh my god. Yeah, because it's like if you...
Spicy Latina lady.
Yeah, you get a woman in there who you know she's like a
she's not a goddess.
You know she's a different ethnicity, and then you're like, okay, but what kind of
kind
POC
of slur?
are you?
Yeah, what kind of slur can I use?
Yeah, like how can I fetishize your ethnicity, your exotic ethnicity?
What type are you? What type of Pokemon are you?
Yeah, to crank up the charm.
What's your name, Tadpole? What an effing creep.
Yeah, mayonnaise man.
I know!
Yeah.
Oh my god, what happened to his hair?
Yeah, he's totally
stuck his hand in
different.
a socket.
And his head is like three times as
so big.
like big as hers, yeah.
Minty. Well, Minty. What? His hair is normal now.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're not meant to be here, right? I wonder if Rachel just draws the faces and then leaves the hair for the assistants to figure out.
No, I think the assistants do the whole thing. That's why it looks so different. Because they can get the faces okay enough. Because it's like the style is...
No, but the assistants are so much better at it than she is.
Yeah, but...
So does she just do like stick figures or something?
Yeah, because see, his face between these two panels looks totally different. It doesn't even look consistent.
No, it
between
doesn't.
them.
No.
Even the shine and everything is totally different.
Yeah.
So, I don't even think she does the faces.
No, I think she must though, because some of them are so wonky.
Yeah, I know. That's
How could an assistant have done that? Because all of those assistants are more competent than her.
Well, it must be rushed.
No, but like the grid is consistently not turned on.
Yeah.
I think it's her doing all the faces. I don't think she does the hair though. Or maybe she drew this panel one day later and forgot that he's supposed to have messy hair.
Could be. She wouldn't know. She doesn't go back.
She doesn't go back.
Yeah.
For a place that's forbidden, it's really easy to get in. Because like, look at how wonky these arms are.
Yeah.
Look at her freaking wrist. Her wrist and her forearm is 2 inches long.
Wait till you see the next one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't assistant work. This is like her. Oh my god!
His hand!
Oh my god, he's got death claw hands. What happened to his shoulders?
I don't know.
They're so big! Are you always this persistent?
And
I
this
mean,
is
I guess.
weird.
I want my money.
Weird.
Why is she? Why is she in the foreground?
And why does Minty look so vacant?
They both look extremely vacant. I'm afraid I don't have your hat anymore.
How did that happen?
He went home between the extremely, like, sensitive matter that needed to be completed immediately. He went home and gave the hat to Cerberus.
I guess so. Fizz, plonk, fizz back to the office, I guess, right?
Why didn't you just give her the hat? Why didn't you just fizz back and give her the hat?
Because he's a jerk. He doesn't care.
How about I give you a job instead?
Okay.
Wait, why is he gonna give her a job? He doesn't know that she lost her job.
No.
He just
She said, I'm not going to get paid.
She said, because of you, I'm gonna get evicted.
Yeah.
They say I stole the hat, and because of you, I'm gonna get evicted.
Yeah.
How about I give you a job instead? What? Her hair looks terrible in this panel. Looks like melting doo-doo. What the heck?
Doo-doo!
Oh my god! It's like stringy and like thick at the same time.
She was drawn to the running mascara.
Yeah, and the shiny eyes, so I think it's Rachel. Do you think you could stop others from coming in here? Yes. Fantastic, you're hired. Doesn't he have the Furies to do that for him?
The three ladies?
Yeah,
the sisters?
they haven't shown up.
No, they're
since
gone.
like the first couple episodes, but those were like his bodyguards.
Yeah, the muscle.
Yeah, so why doesn't he just have them guard the entrance? Why does he need to hire Minty at all?
Because
Is it just because he's attracted to her? He's more attracted to her than the blue lady.
Probably, yeah.
So he's like, I'll hire you because this is my MO. This is the only way I know how to pick up chicks.
Are you a river nymph?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last person he tried to give a job to was another nymph who was a stripper.
Mhm.
So he targets nymphs to give them jobs so that he
Yeah.
can hit on them.
Red, pink,
Yeah.
close enough.
But sir, we don't have any openings. True. You're fired. Like, how can you say that he's a good guy when he fired this lady for no reason just to hire a better looking one?
Yeah.
You're an a-hole. Tell me something I don't know. But like, we're supposed to think that Hayes is a good guy here.
Yeah.
But he just fired an innocent lady for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
F you both.
And they both have doo-doo hair.
I know. He's got like Trump's comb over here. It's like all the way from the back, combed over to the front.
That's right.
He must have a terrible bald spot.
He didn't.
Super receding hair.
He didn't bald spot.
You're still here.
You just hired her.
I know. The job is good, but weird, but good. But it still doesn't solve my current financial problem. She's freaking stacked all of a sudden, and his hair is totally normal all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
He's all skewed.
And then his hair is totally... Oh my god, why does this panel look so...
No, cut from one to the other again.
I know, like, it's freaking weird. Like, one of them's normal, and then one of them's effing creepy.
Yeah.
What? Normal? Serial killer. What is this?
Does he go and kill Larry?
No, but like, this is like so defined, and then his chest is like blurred.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know, but does he go and kill Larry? Is that what he's saying? Let's go.
I mean, he looks like he's about to kill someone.
He looks like he's gonna go kill Larry.
I know. Let's go. Huh? Knock, knock, knock. That's an oddly realistic trace.
It's not realistic though. It's effed up. It's totally effed up.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, geez, you're right.
It's totally effed up.
Oh, geez.
It's not. It's like.
It looks traced for Rachel.
Yeah, but like, whose hand did you trace? Like.
That's not even how you knock on. It's like this.
Yeah.
But where'd she get all these weird joints from?
I don't know.
Huh? I said, let's go. Have you seen this?
And then, like, you don't even know where they're looking.
No,
because they're
but-
not in the shot.
No,
at
they're
all.
not in the shot. And the other thing is, these guys don't show up again.
No.
And the third thing is, Minty wasn't the only person who got boob plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Friggin' Daphne and Thanatos are both stacked
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say Thanatos, man.
What the fuck?
Here it is, Monday.
Monday,
Cerberus.
6:30. Dead Woman Walking Part 3.
Cerberus with the tiny hat has made my day.
Why?
Anyone else feel like this focus on Minty is a sign of the end for her coming soon?
Like she's
Yes.
gonna die?
She gets turned into a plant.
I know she gets turned into a plant. But like, why did you have to give her a flashback just to have her Is it like a Naruto style flashback where you know that person's about to die?
Yeah, so then you're like, why is this person getting so much... Oh, that's why.
Dead Woman Walking Part 3. Welcome to my guest class, everyone. Daphne's boobs became huge.
Yeah.
What the F?
I mean, they were kind of huge in that dress, do you remember?
Yeah, where they were both, like, trying to fight to escape her body.
What's that? That's like 2 planets?
Yeah.
Hot damn it. Your booty like 2 planets.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Today's class is going to be a fusion of yoga and positive manifestation. Super fun.
What does that even mean?
It's just like those, like, friggin' annoying people from California who believe in, like, manifestation theory.
Oh, like crystal healing and all that stuff?
If you meditate and positively manifest, then the good things will happen to you, and completely ignore the fact that, like, most of them got where they did on, like, connections and, like, gold digging.
Yeah.
My friend Thanatos is here to take photos for my lifestyle blog. She's so shallow and self-obsessed.
And they're
the other thing that I
so
hate
fast.
about the other thing that I hate about manifestation theory is that it's basically implying that if you're not successful, you didn't wish hard enough.
Exactly.
So if you're like suffering and living a terrible life in like friggin' Ghana or something, sorry kid, you didn't wish hard enough for food. Sad face. Did you know Thanatos did photography? Why is Thanatos hanging out with Daphne? Than, what are you doing here? I can't talk right now. I'm busy taking photos like a schlub.
Like a creep.
He's like the friggin', you know, the mommy blogger boyfriend.
Yeah. All those women on the beaches.
Yeah, and the
their
boyfriend
boyfriend's,
taking
like...
photos of them.
Yeah, baking in the sun.
He's a friggin' simp.
Yeah.
Persephone clone simp.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were into photography. You never asked. He isn't! He's just simping over Daphne! Does this mean you know how to edit video too? I'm working on a project that needs editing.
What project is she working on?
Porn. But like, why is she drawn so badly in this chapter?
Everyone's drawn really
Look at her
man.
hand. I can't even distinguish her hand from the background.
No, and she's not bending, she's like at an angle.
Yeah, she's just at an ankle. Let's try to keep our thoughts on the inside for the duration of the class, ladies. Dude, you're the one who brought a friggin' videographer to your yoga class without even getting anyone's consent to take photos. Daphne's like the worst character. I hate her so much.
Hey Daphne, maybe you should think about why you care that they're talking
Seriously.
during your class.
She's such a dickhead.
You don't recognize those 2 ladies?
Who are they?
From the department store? Who
What?
who were giving Persephone her clothes?
Were they really? Are they really?
Because then they say, yeah, they're whispering, and then they go, we were just talking about, no, but you know what? And then they tell her, we saw them kiss.
Oh my god.
You don't remember that?
No.
You didn't read these chapters?
I did read these chapters.
Look, we saw them kiss. And it was Hades reciprocated the heck out of that kiss.
What?
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I skipped this episode. On accident.
Uh-oh. You're gonna be uh-oh'd when you read it. I know.
You should put all your weight onto the balls of your feet and lift up. When
Sure.
I'm in a pose, I like to think about the goals that I wish to achieve. Do you think Rachel went to like her first workout class ever and then decided to make that into an episode?
Probably, because Daphne is not...
She's an Instagram model.
She's not
She's not a fitness instructor, and it keeps happening in this comic where characters just randomly show up and like run into each other.
Yeah.
Like she ran into Apollo having lunch with Daphne.
Yeah.
She ran Echo and Daphne just happened to live together. Apollo and Hermes just happened to live together.
Yeah.
Like these characters just keep bumping into each other for no reason. It just makes it seem like it's a really like I guess Daphne or Minthy's in Olympus right now?
Yeah.
Why is she in Olympus before she has to go to work in the underworld? They're like far apart.
And you have to get a passport.
And she can't teleport because she's not a goddess.
No.
So why'd she drive to Olympus for a workout morning class? Like drive an hour away. Are there no workout classes in the underworld?
No, the Underworld Corp has its own gym.
Yeah, so why would she go to Olympus for a workout class?
So that they can have the conversation with the other nymphs who are also from the underworld.
Oh my god. Because it's daytime, so it's not the underworld.
No.
I think maybe in the beginning our relationship was clear.
He's giving her the key to like what?
We had an arrangement.
An apartment?
We guess. He's the one who blurred the lines first.
That's so creepy.
So, I guess they were just, like, in a casual relationship where she was, like, the sugar baby or something. Yeah. But when he said he was going to propose, she, like, started freaking out. Yeah. She didn't think they were in a real relationship.
No.
So, Hades is a scumbag.
He is, because he obviously has, like, communication problems.
Then just let your ribcage and pelvis naturally fall forward. That's how all the women stand in this comic. You should have never tried. You shouldn't have made me feel like I deserved better. You shouldn't have made me feel like my second chances were infinite.
Yeah, Hades is just such a good guy. That's his flaw.
I know, right?
He's too good.
His flaw is that he's such a great guy, great communicator, super understanding. Thanatos. Thanatos, is this why you've been MIA? Dude, the last time you saw Thanatos was on Friday, and it's Monday.
Yeah. What do you mean MIA?
No, she saw him on Saturday! They were having lunch together on Saturday!
Yeah, no, he was in Hades' office.
Yeah, they were having lunch together, and then they went to Hades' office.
Yeah.
Rachel doesn't remember her own timeline. It's Monday. You just he disappeared
MIA.
for 1 day.
MIA.
Oh my god. You're hard to talk to at the moment. The two of you have this whole big plan that clearly isn't working.
What does that even mean? What is the plan? What's even going on with that plan at this point?
Even when I told you that Hades and Persephone still seem pretty cozy, you didn't want to listen. What? You didn't tell me that. Because it wasn't worth mentioning. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Throw them out of the freaking class. Do you two bitches have something to say? ... We were just talking about where we were going to go for lunch. But you know what? It's not worth it. Minty, it's time for some home truths. How does she know her?
All the nymphs know each other.
How?
You didn't even have them at the shop saying, wait till Minty hears about this.
No!
Like Hades and Persephone, oh, wait till Minty hears about
Are these guys all
this.
like regulars at the same class or something? Like, I don't get it.
You don't even know if she goes to this class regularly.
No, I don't.
Because she goes, why is Thanatos hanging out with Daphne as if she doesn't like Daphne?
And everyone has muskrat hands.
Yeah.
Like tiny ferret claws.
Yeah, raccoon hands.
Aren't you going to stop that?
They didn't even say anything. She didn't even say Hades and Persephone were kissing. They just cut to this.
I know. Shh, I want to hear about the kiss. What?
But she didn't want to hear about Persephone when Apollo was talking about Persephone.
No, what kiss? They didn't even say the kiss.
No, they didn't. They just cut to that. That's what I'm saying. Instead of saying Hades and Persephone went on a date and they kissed at the
Are
department
they missing?
store.
Are we missing a word balloon here?
No, it was intentional. It's just really lazy.
But why is Daphne saying, "Shh, I want to hear about the kiss"?
Because they're telling Minty about the kiss. That's what this scene is supposed to mean. Even though it's not in speech bubbles.
What?
Because then they just say, and this wasn't any run-of-the-mill makeout session. They just continue talking about it, as if when they showed that panel, that was them saying, yeah, we were at the department store
No, I feel like
yesterday.
she's never done that before. I feel like there's a bubble missing. She forgot to put a bubble there, or she turned it off on the wrong layer.
Could be, because there's space in the gutters.
I know, there's space.
Panel.
It's a tiny panel. I want to hear about the kiss. This wasn't any run-of-the-mill makeout session. It was tender AF. Tender AF. I hate how everyone does Trump hands.
Yeah, copy-pasted Trump hands.
Hades reciprocated the heck out of that kiss. I feel like this is like a meme.
It's so stupid. It's like, why are you guys talking like children? Who writes like this?
You have no idea what you're talking about. The whole underworld knows about Hades and Persephone. Nobody's talking about the fact that she's an effing fugitive. They're talking about the kiss like that's more important than the fact that Hades is harboring an international fugitive.
No.
Like, if friggin' Trump was in a relationship with Durst, nobody would be talking about how Trump and Durst were making out.
It wasn't any old ordinary makeout session. It was tender AF.
No,
Durst reciprocated the heck out of that
They would be like, Trump is harboring a fugitive.
Yeah.
What the F? What the F? Come on. This is so stupid!
It's extremely stupid.
It's so misogynist. Like, women would only be talking about the fact that they were kissing, not the fact that she's a friggin' international fugitive.
No, Casey Anthony, when she was out and about, when, celebrating and all the Facebook stuff was going on about her daughter was missing, presumably dead, a lot of women hated her for that. They're like, what's the matter with her? She's a terrible person. Clearly she has something to do with the death of her daughter. They weren't going like, oh my gosh, did you see that picture of her at that club?
And Jose Baez.
Yeah, Jose Baez. They totally have something going on.
No, but
I like them together.
Here's the other thing. In universe, the motel guy called the cops on her, or not the cops. The motel guy tried immediately to arrest her.
Yeah.
So how come nobody in the mall tried to arrest her? The arrest warrant is still out.
It is.
It's not like Zeus retracted it.
No.
Zeus never retracted it, and Hades didn't issue an edict or anything.
It's all,
so how come nobody's reporting her?
It's Underworld Olympus Treaty
But the
F/U. Yeah, Underworld Olympus Treaty F/U, which says that you're gonna have to do extradition if you want to. If you want to
No,
get
but the
Persephone.
motel guy worked in the underworld.
Because he knew it was her. Because he wanted to take her underwear to sell it on eBay.
But he worked.
That's why he was going. Open up! I know it's you. Give me your underwear so
But
I can sell it on eBay.
Oh my god! What the f, bro? Oh!
Just god awful.
Except you. Giant boobs. They're all wrong.
I don't know what those bars.
What is that?
It's like abstract art.
Is it the singularity? What is this?
It's the alien coming for you.
It's the Tesseract?
It's the monolith from Space
I
Odyssey.
know! What the heck?
That's what it is. And you know what's even funnier? Not even center.
No, it's not.
It's at an angle.
I know, it's like it's slanted.
A very slight angle.
What? Why is Lore Olympus just gonna be a series of shapes? I'm waiting for the day when it's just a series of shapes and like everyone has Picasso faces with features that are sliding off.
And the sentences break off halfway.
Yeah, and the room is disintegrating in the background.
And they're not even talking to each other.
No!
It's gonna be like the end of NGE.
No,
right?
yeah, exactly. And the dialogue is stuff like fish banana squared.
Yeah.
And then
I thought I trusted you.
Exactly. I thought I trusted you. Fish banana squared. You know, like that. What's it called? There's that one famous Finnegan's Wake.
Yeah,
where it's
Finnegan's
all
Wake.
nonsense, but
gonna
it
be like
sounds
Finnegan's
like a
Wake.
language.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for the day when Lore Olympus is Finnegan's Wake. It's just like, what am I reading?
The scholars will study it and say like, whoa, this is pretty crazy. Whoa, oh my god.
The best part was cursed whipped cream. That was the best part of Lore Olympus.
Oh, when Minty sees the singularity.
Yeah.
So great.
Do you think she's okay? She probably heard about the kiss. Oh, we just smash cut to her going to work?
Yeah, I'm guessing those cubes are supposed to be the elevator she was going up or something.
I don't know, bro. Word on the street is that it was pretty steamy. These people do nothing but talk about Hades and Persephone.
Everybody in the world.
It's like the Truman Show.
It is. It's like the Truman Show. Everybody in the world talks about Hades and Persephone
Oh,
nonstop.
sorry. Oh my god, what is wrong with these people's legs?
His Powerpuff Girl legs.
Jeez, their faces too. Oh my gosh.
Just couldn't be bothered. His
No.
Powerpuff Girls.
They're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong. Minty's having like a breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I think I skipped this chapter because I remember reading the next chapter where she's in Hades' office and she's talking about that night she spent at his office, and I was so confused. I was like, how'd she end up at his office?
Oh.
But then I was like, oh, it's Lore Olympus. She probably just no-clipped her being in the I didn't even realize that I missed a chapter.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like, oh, par for the course. She just no-clipped to his office. Maybe we shouldn't be seen together until things have had a chance to settle.
She's got the runny mascara.
Why is Thetis at Underworld Corp? She works for Zeus.
No, she's not there. I don't know if she's there. Because if you go after that, she's not there anymore. And it's like, what's going on? Where is she? Who-
Is
where is she?
Minty like losing time and space?
No, this is like when Batman starts hallucinating about Ra's al Ghul.
No, this is like when freaking the end of Evangelion.
It is,
It's the
right?
end of Evangelion where you just start seeing visions that make no sense. The you that is you and the you that others see as Shinji Ikari.
He getting the effing robot.
I know. Elevator, shoe, reflections, Hades.
And then she's
That's
in,
the same panel.
yeah, flipped, and then she's inside his office all of a sudden.
Dude, she's like losing time.
Yeah. Could you imagine watching this play out like on screen?
I
Like,
know.
If you just adapted it straight from what
No, you
see.
would need to have that like that noise, zoom, 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 and then there needs to be like strobe effect of like red and black lights over the animation as it plays out, and then you just have Minty like no clipping and like blinking like this, you know,
Yeah.
and not knowing what's going on, and then interjections of like Thetis going like, maybe we shouldn't be seen together, and then it's like, what's going on?
When did
Hades?
that happen?
You know, it'd be like Perfect Blue, where
Yeah.
she's like losing time and not knowing what she did and all this other stuff.
and like repressing these traumatic things,
Yeah, and like
right?
having intrusive thoughts and
Yeah.
out of body experiences.
Exactly.
Minty, I need to talk to you. Do you have a sec? Yeah. Like, she looks so dazed. She's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Dude, Mindy's having a stronger reaction to getting dumped by Hades than Persephone did to being assaulted.
Yeah. Way stronger.
And Minty's like the evil bad lady, so I'm guessing that showing this level of emotion and emotional like repercussions is considered to be bad.
It's like a punishment.
It's like a punishment.
Yeah.
It's like only bad people have
Suffer,
this
right?
level of emotional trauma.
Yeah.
Wow, what a message to put in your comic. If you're assaulted, you just can't think about it and you can't show any weakness and you have to pretend like everything's fine and immediately jump into a relationship with a 45-year-old man. A sec is all I need.
So the top comments for this one. It was tender AF. Oofta. Oofta.
That's the sound that their brain makes.
Oofta, sweat emoji, flame emoji. Heart emoji with some vibrating lines around it. Oofta! Oofta! That's a real oofta moment, am I right? Let's make it happen, guys. Oofta!
That's like a Dr. Seuss thing.
I will not have oofta on toast. I will not have oofta when I need it most. I will not have oofta in a house full of ghosts. Friggin' the Lorax trying to stop oofta from chopping down all the trees. The ones that are selling oofta for you and for me.
Oh my god.
Oofta, sweat emoji, flame emoji. Oofta. The more, look at all the O's. It's not oofta, it's oofta.
Oh my
Gotta
gosh.
put that on a shirt. Oofta.
I know.
Oofta.
No, but the O's and the FTA need to get on two separate lines.
Yeah, so you get it just right.
So 3 O's and the FTA, just
Yeah.
like in a square.
Yeah, oofta.
And then you do the what are the emojis?
Sweat emoji, fire emoji,
Vibrating
heart
heart.
emoji.
Yeah, put that on a sleeve.
Oofta, just right, just like that. When the oofta hits just right. Get Pacha in here. When the oofta hits just right, those he'll sing.
Oh my god!
It's copyrighted. It's mine now. Oofta is mine now.
I mean, oofta! Oh my gosh!
Get a tally up all the oofta moments in the comments. It's like, you got the yes queen.
I know.
You got women loving and supporting other women. And then when something like this happens, there's no word in the English language to describe except for oofta.
Oofta!
Yeah. So the second comment is, so proud of Thanatos for showing real growth.
Taking pictures of Daddy!
And also,
And memory growth.
yeah, he's like,
Ah.
he's really growing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Growth? Becoming Daphne's personal photographer? That's growth?
Yeah.
Wow. 152, green thumb. Okay, would you like a drink? Tea? Coffee? His hand is absurdly large.
Yeah.
Coffee. Remember that time we spent the night at the office? Why are her boobs so big?
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's so weird. This is the part that I got to.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Did you realize Persephone isn't your style? I knew it. I don't think we should work in close proximity anymore. Whole setup isn't really helping you get over me. He sounds like such an arrogant a-hole when he says that.
Get over me, because I'm
Helping
like,
you get over me.
I know.
I'm such a
pretty
great guy.
irresistible.
I know.
So it's a distraction for you, Minty,
Seriously.
to work here. So
I
I'm
know.
gonna do you a favor here.
Right.
And
And he's trying to, like, get rid of her like a whistleblower
yeah.
with a settlement package so she doesn't Me Too him.
Yeah.
Job transfer, have some options. Take a management role in Tower 2 would be an upgrade in pay as well. And that's so irresponsible because he's trying to get rid of her so that she doesn't do like retaliatory stuff against him. So he gives her a management role, but she's not qualified to be a manager. It's just like go away money. And then like just again, more evidence of Hades giving women that he gets involved with preferential treatment.
Yeah.
He's such a freaking douchebag. He's got Me Too like written all over this.
Exactly.
It's unfair your routine has to be disrupted on my account. It was short-sighted, irresponsible of me to put the two of us in this position in the first place. And you did it again with Persephone! You never learn!
No, he's a creep.
He's a piece of crap. But I think we could work something out. There are plenty of options available that would be better than being my PA. You could even go back to school if that's what you
So
wanted.
condescending.
I know, it's like he's gonna keep her on the payroll, right?
Yeah.
He just wants to keep her on the payroll so she keeps her mouth shut.
Yeah, like, I'm doing you a favor.
And he's just
here.
gonna pay her off like she's some common whore, but he was going to propose to her.
Exactly.
It's just so insulting. Like, now he's treating her like she was nothing but a gold digger, and then,
Exactly.
like, money is all she wanted from him, so here, take some money and go away.
Yeah.
When he was gonna propose to her.
And that's like the difference between Let's Play and Lore Olympus.
It
because
is.
You remember in Let's Play, Marshall realizes he made a big mistake when he reviewed Sam's game.
Yeah, and he
and
tries to give her money.
Yeah, he unintentionally, all his fans review bombed her game, and then he tries to give her money to make up for it. But he's not giving her money as like, oh, don't make me look like a bad guy thing.
No, it's not like, oh, I did a wrong thing, well here, some money should take care of it, like
Yeah.
a rich a-hole type thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can buy my way out of any situation. In fact,
Yeah.
Sam even brings it up. She's like, you think you can buy your way out of this?
Exactly.
She has integrity, and she says, like, F you.
Yeah.
You can't just buy me off. He's like, I'm not trying to do that. It's just, that's the only way I could think of to help you.
Yeah.
Like, he's not trying to buy her off, but it just shows that he's kind of self-centered. Like, it's a character flaw.
Exactly.
He's a little bit arrogant and self-centered, and after she refuses him a bunch of times, then he realizes that wasn't the right way to go.
Exactly.
It's considered a bad thing by the narrative.
Yeah, and he even says, like, hey, I did you a favor. At the very beginning, he goes, a lot of people ask me to review their games to get publicity,
Yeah.
but I reviewed your game for
For free.
free. So, I mean, I'm kind of helping you out here. And that's, like, the narrative says, like, this is, like, something, he thinks he's doing the good thing, but he's not, because it shows you how Sam is reacting,
Yeah.
and it tells you, like, why it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? When this one, it's so clearly biased against Minthy.
No,
and in
Hades
favor
is
of
supposed
Hades.
to be Hades is supposed to be magnanimous here.
Yeah.
Like, she thinks Hades giving her a job that she's unqualified for and offering to pay for her school is, like, enough for it to be like, see, Hades is such a great guy.
Yeah, and Minthy's being thankless.
When it just makes him look like an Epstein.
Yeah.
Like, okay, oh, I shouldn't have, like, assaulted a 15-year-old, well, here you go, here's $100,000.
Yeah.
That'll help you get over it, you
Exactly.
know? When he's, like, a freaking rapist, you know?
Yeah.
Is that so? So I feel bad for Minthy here.
Yeah, same.
You condescending lump of flesh. Like, he is condescending. He's a piece of crap.
Super
And he's
condescending.
treating her like trash just because she's a nymph and she's lower class and she doesn't
Mhm.
have as much money as him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he can just cast me away now that it suits you? I mean, it's true. That's how he's acting. I'm sorry my presence is so inconvenient for you, your royal majesty. This isn't a curtsy.
No.
It just makes her arms look horrifying.
She's doing the chicken dance.
I know. You're a real piece of work, you know that? Did the two of you stay up all night planning out what would be best for me? He's sweating because it's true.
Yeah,
I'm trying to have a conversation with you now about what you would like to do. He's not trying to have a conversation, he's telling her to go.
exactly.
He's basically saying, pick one and get out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love how you get to play at being the responsible one. How nice for you. Like, Minthy's totally freaking, she's got a point here.
Yeah.
Is she here today? She looks horrible in that panel.
Yeah.
Stop it. Oh, she is here today. Why don't I ask her what job I should pick? And she is, like, kind of unhinged.
Yeah.
I can fill her in on everything she has to look forward to. And this is a horrible panel. The
Yeah.
drinking, the sulking, the constant begging. I mean, it's true. He's a drunkard.
Yeah.
But, like, they've never shown him drinking since he met Persephone, though.
No.
Are we supposed to, like, be absorbing the message that finding the one cures you of alcoholism?
Oh, all those stupid alcoholics out there
Yeah.
whose lives have been ruined. It's because you didn't find your soft pink-bodied,
I know.
fleshy little girl to be
and the
your
right woman would
manic
the
pixie
right
dream
woman
girl.
would just fix all of your problems. And if you aren't fixing his alcoholism, because like that's how you know Persephone is better for him than Minthy is.
Yeah.
Because Minthy didn't fix his alcoholism, but Persephone did.
Yeah. All those alcoholics out there, they're getting in the way of their own happiness.
Seriously.
Honestly.
Did you tell her that you were going to propose to me? I mean, she has a point. You changed your mind the minute you saw another pretty face. This is true!
Yeah.
This is so true, because the same night that he was going to propose to her, he was offering to freaking do Persephone in his kitchen.
Yeah. I don't even know where she's supposed to be.
I don't know
though.
where she's supposed to be. I don't know if she's, like, watching this or what. I'm sure she'll love your fickleness. Did you tell her that you can't have children? True, he didn't tell her.
No.
He said, I guess she'll find out eventually through the grapevine after a couple hundred years of being together.
And then in the grapevine, he had Apollo.
I know.
And Apollo doesn't know what's going on half the time. so-
If Apollo told her, she wouldn't believe him.
No.
I guess she's defective too. You should be thanking me that I reported Persephone and her ridiculous mother to Zeus. Boobs are so big.
Yeah.
You did what? I guess she was watching.
Mm-hmm.
You reported my mother to Zeus? technically Apollo did. Ugh. Our lives are in tatters because of you. Yeah, so much tatters that you're wearing a designer dress after a friggin' billionaire shopping spree and not even wearing an invisibility cloak like 3 days after an international warrant for your arrest went out.
Yeah, you were like golf swinging diamonds off a rooftop.
Dude, you were so worried about your mother missing that you were like hanging out poolside and watching shirtless Hades. You went on a $1 billion shopping spree while your mother was missing. Your life is in tatters, sure. You have it so hard, Persephone.
This comic sucks.
I know. Again, Minty had a greater emotional response to breaking up with Hades than Persephone did to being a wanted fugitive.
No, hearing that Minty tattled on her
is giving her a stronger response.
Look, she's like going into beast mode.
I know.
But she couldn't even do that when Apollo came to her house.
No, that's what I'm saying. When Apollo blackmailed her, she had no response. When she got, when a warrant came out for her arrest, she just collapsed, like fainted. But when she finds out that Minty reported her, she freaking goes ape on her and turns her into a plant. I feel like it's the same continuation of the thing where Persephone only has big balls. She's only like a freaking boss bitch around the people who can't fight back.
Exactly.
Like, if it was a baby, she would kill the baby. But if it's Apollo who could fight back, oh no, I can't. I'm so weak. I'm a weak, pathetic woman. The biggest thing is the freaking act of wrath. She committed so much genocide that the human population fell off a cliff, and Eros has to, like, get people to start having kids immediately. It's like a crisis.
Yeah.
And he needs to recruit Ampelus into helping him do that. So how many people? She killed enough people that it created a sizable dent in human population. So she committed genocide, and that was fine. Though she had no problems doing that.
No.
But confronting Apollo or doing anything to Apollo, all she could do is snap one string of his lyre?
No.
Are you kidding me? She's just a bully.
She's a
jerk to people who can't fight back.
She's more upset about the fact that Minty told on her than she is about the fact that she killed so many people.
Yeah.
That it caused a sizable decline in the population.
I know.
You told on me? Like, she's such a freaking, like...
She didn't even try to find where Demeter was, and she's saying, my life is in tatters.
Oh my god.
And then when Hecate's like, I talked to your mother, she's like, tell me she's okay. She's a bird. Oh, classy. Okay, now I don't even have to pretend to worry about Demeter anymore. She's such a douche, dude.
She's such a horrible person, man.
I stop talking.
It's not centered.
Dude, her legs in this
noodle
one.
feet.
I know. Power. And she also looks like she's 6 feet tall here. Mm-hmm. She's not even consistently short. What are these two people doing in the background?
They're just, like, standing there.
And it's just so poorly done.
One guy's just, like, bald and green. He's
I know.
Not even, like, a...
No, but he's not even standing next to this person, and they're both looking at the report. It looks like he's spying on her.
Yeah, but is he, like, a god? Because he doesn't have any other characteristics.
I don't know. He just looks like a green alien. Like Vegeta. No, not Vegeta.
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
But he doesn't even have Piccolo's antenna.
I know. And then Minty's going, F. And she's running that way, but then Persephone is, like, running... Like, Persephone just looks giant.
She looks like a goof.
She looks giant compared... Like, the perspective isn't there. No. She doesn't look like she's closer to us than the people in the background. It just looks like she's giant.
Yeah.
Get back to work. Why are you running? Why doesn't Hades put a muzzle on her? Hades doesn't even stop her.
No.
He doesn't even try to stop her.
Like, he could stop her.
I know he could stop her, but he doesn't. He doesn't even try.
Because he's like, uh-oh... Girl fight. Whoopsie. It's out of my hands.
And Minty's a nymph. She can't fight back.
No.
She has no powers. Why isn't he stopping her?
Because he doesn't care.
So, Hades just interviewed her, and he believed every word out of her mouth, where she said, oh, I can't control my powers.
Tell my truth.
It just happened. My powers couldn't control them. But then 2 days later, he sees her intentionally turn Minty into a plant.
Yeah.
It's like she's talking this whole time. She has the intention of doing something to Minty. It's not like she's like, Minty, and then suddenly Minty turns into a plant. She's running after her with murderous intent.
Yeah.
She has full control over powers. She has no control over herself.
No.
That's the thing. It's not like her powers are acting without her intention. That's like, again, it's like a serial killer who has the intention of killing people.
Yeah.
Killing people and then going like, I can't control it.
No, they just have no impulse control.
They have
see
no
an
impulse
opportunity,
control.
and then they act on the opportunity.
There's a difference between somebody who accidentally kills someone in like a car accident, and it's a complete accident, no fault of the person who's driving.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who intentionally kills someone and then later regrets it and then says, I had no control over my impulses.
Yeah.
One person gets friggin' the death penalty, and one person gets, like, first-degree manslaughter.
Yeah.
Which is a much lower sentence, because your intention matters.
Of course it does.
And if Persephone's whole story was that I couldn't control my powers, it just happened, I don't even know how, but then you see this right in front of your eyes, where she intentionally runs after Minty. It's like stand your ground, or not stand your ground, self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
There's numerous times to back off, numerous times to de-escalate.
Mm-hmm.
She ran after her for minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She could have stopped herself.
Anytime.
Yeah. And then she intentionally turns her into a plant.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your powers are uncontrollable. That's you can't control yourself.
Yeah. You're a menace to society.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
you're a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Why are you running? Corey, wait. Is it because you sent me on a wild goose chase to Tower 4?
Like, she's fully within her faculties because she's referencing stuff that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Poor Minty.
Or is it because you needlessly berated a king?
What does that have to do with anything?
She's such a pick-me.
She's such a, like...
Swear to God.
She's such a bootlicker. She's such a
Yeah.
bootlicker. What is him... Like,
She's
just,
like, Hades, did you hear that? I defended you, alright?
but-
You're gonna pick me, alright?
but
Not Minty,
But
alright?
they berate Zeus all the time.
Always.
And Zeus is a king.
Yeah. And she berates her own mom all the time.
Yeah. She's such a trash person.
You sure like to talk.
Like,
You're
she-
the one who's doing all the talking here, bro.
No, but she's not even angry here. Like, she could have stopped right here. Like, she had so much time while she was giving this soliloquy. She had so much time to not turn her into a plant, to just turn around, walk out of the room. Again, it's like an abuser who's
Yeah.
like, oh, I just can't control myself. You make me so mad, babe, that I have to smack you around.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody who, like, is being gesticulating wildly and then, like, if I accidentally hit you in the face. She didn't turn Hades into a mint plant.
No.
She didn't do anything to Hades.
Or some random office worker who was
She
there.
didn't. She didn't kill her nymph friends in the act of wrath. She killed the people.
She didn't do anything to Apollo.
She didn't do anything to her property. She didn't do anything to Demeter's land.
No.
She didn't do anything to Apollo. She's fully in control. She's just a dickhead.
Yeah,
and she
that's-
only like fights against people for whom there's no, for which there's no consequences.
Yeah.
You sure like to talk. Perhaps it would be better if you didn't have a mouth.
Look, she even gives a villain line, like a one-liner, before she turns her into a mint plant.
Mhm.
She fully knows what she's doing here.
Yeah.
She's such a piece of crap.
Why does this feel like the person writing it thinks this is so awesome?
I know she does.
Oh.
That's why I said
Oh,
if,
it's scary.
If Rachel had Persephone's powers, we would be mint plants right now. Like, she wishes she could do this to the people she dislikes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's too late for sorry.
She just hates Minty so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Goddess, wait. Oh no.
And then you have her screaming in pain.
I know.
Oh, sugar snaps.
That's not funny, man.
I mean, you friggin' committed genocide, you turned somebody into a friggin' plant, but you can't even say, like,
What
a
have
bad
you done?
word.
Like,
Yeah.
what have you done? What did you do? Nothing.
Oh my gosh. How come nobody, like, told her that this makes this makes Persephone look like such a douchebag?
Because, I mean, the people in the audience are just eating it up. Because they're referencing memes.
Oh my gosh.
They're saying, why are you running? I can't not hear it in the accent from the meme. I'm dying. And then ding dong, the witch is mint.
Wow. You people are terrible. You make me sick.
Yeah, like, I mean...
These are the same, like, Karens who, like, I need to see the manager and, like, because later on she does the same thing where she berates a service person.
Yeah.
Because she's, like, the queen of the underworld.
Yeah.
It's like, these are the same people who, like, friggin' cuss out the telemarketers and, like, trash the people who wait on them at retail stores because, like, you serve me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're so mean to, like, retail employees and telemarketers and anybody that they perceive to be lower on the totem pole than them.
Dude, Persephone actually committed a crime, and Minty just told the truth.
I know.
That's all she did.
I know.
And these people are saying, oh yeah, she gets turned into a mint plant. Oh, what a witch. We stand a queen.
Dude, Minty was with Hades before Persephone was, and Persephone stole her man.
Yeah.
Persephone's a piece of crap.
No, Persephone's a trash character, and everybody going like, oh, yes, queen.
It's
like,
really funny, because in the Empress, like, Remarried Empress, the main character is, like, the Minty, and then the villain is, like, Persephone, who
Great.
steals her husband from her.
Great.
And she's, like, super manipulative, and she acts like she does the big eyes thing and acts helpless, and all the guys eat it up, but she's, like, a super trash, conniving, manipulative person who like lies all the time.
They do that a lot in Korean comics. That's also Dreaming Freedom. There is the main character who's like an ostracized, bullied person, and it's all because she befriended this girl who people said, hey, don't be friends with her because she's really mean and she'll backstab you. But she felt bad for her because she had no friends. And then she turned around and started backstabbing her and ruined her social status.
Yeah, that's like how Peach Girl is too.
Yeah.
The main character befriends the girl who's all alone, and it's like there's a reason she had no friends. You know?
And it's like that's Persephone right here, right now. Maybe Demeter was right to be afraid of you.
Yeah, you're a sociopath.
You're friggin' scary, dude.
You're Isabella Janke.
Yeah, and it's creepy that people in the audience think it's awesome.
She's
it's
an
like,
Amber Heard.
Yeah, it's like a lack of empathy. It's very strange. Like, I don't understand how you can read that and not be like, what? Right? Like, that's a little crazy, right?
She's an a-hole.
Cursed.
This comic was cursed.
I know. Snap. His fingers got snapped?
Yes.
What? Is that in... Oh, no, his fingers are supposed to be bent. But they look like they got snapped.
I don't even know if there's... Oh, yeah, I see that. Because they're like the same color as the background.
Yeah, but also, the top finger is completely straight, and you just drew some rectangles over it.
Yeah.
They're not bent at all.
No.
Did it work? Nope.
He just snapped the plant.
She's still a plant.
Why would you get Hades to do it? Because Hades is the god of death.
I feel like she's faking here when she says she can't do it.
I know.
She's totally faking because she mastered her mom's version of spring and she can't turn...
Well, not only that, she made a huge tree and she had all those, like, vines coming out of her when she got the arrest warrant.
Yeah.
And when she had the active arrest, she became 50 feet tall and, like, decimated an entire village, but you can't turn somebody back from a plant.
She's lying.
She's just an a-hole.
Take a break. I can do it.
And she's, like, pretending to be a weak woman to get sympathy points.
I know you can, but please take a break.
Oh my god. This next one.
Are you mad at me?
Oh my god.
No, it's okay if you are.
She's such a piece of garbage.
She's so manipulative.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just frustrated at how it's all played.
Look at her little smirk.
I know.
She's such a twit.
She's like a villain.
You should have told me that Minty gave you directions to Tower 4.
Busted face. You know, she's like, oh, oops, I got found out.
Yeah.
And then we get this stupid face.
I was going to, but the timing was always off.
Like when?
We were too busy almost kissing all the time.
That hand is backwards.
Yeah. Jeez.
Eyebrows.
Don't give me the brow treatment.
She's so annoying, man.
You just turned somebody into a plant. You basically killed them. And you're flirting with Hades.
She's such a terrible
She's
person.
such a piece of garbage.
How is he not scared of her?
I don't want to be the one responsible for your breakup or getting her fired.
You were responsible for both of those.
You were responsible for both of those, and you were fine with it, because when he said, I'll stop talking to you then, you sat in his lap and said, no.
Crap. No,
Yeah, I don't really want him to back off, because how am I supposed to get away with the act of wrath?
Exactly.
And turning Minty into Garnish is less awkward.
I'm so sorry, Hades. I feel terrible.
Like, all we're missing here is a spotlight.
I can barely control my own physical form, let alone someone else's.
Oh my god. What a... She's no accountability, right? She can't be held accountable.
I like these.
Oh my god!
She's a freaking woman child.
I like your stars.
Hello.
I need to talk to you too.
Oh, awesome. Are we doing full-blown true forms? Ah, so nice to let everything hang out. Am I right?
It's a boring design.
I know.
And it's very poorly drawn.
I know. Hi, Minty. You look different. Is that a new haircut? Everyone in this comic who's a good guy is a sociopathic a-hole.
They're so terrible.
She's a plant.
Oh.
She couldn't tell she was a plant?
Oh, Hecate's a freaking idiot.
In a fit of rage and mild arousal.
Ugh.
How? Minty said, I turned you into Zeus, and that turned you on? What?
You know who else gets turned on from having their victims be in fear and running for their lives and they think it's like arousing?
Hisoka.
Serial killers.
Hisoka, too.
Yeah, I know, but serial killers in real life get
I know.
aroused.
I know.
And they kill people for like sexual pleasure.
I know. Hisoka gets aroused when people are scared of him. And he, like, enjoys fighting people.
Oh, 今すぐ君を壊したい
And he's creepy.
He's considered an effing creep, like a grade A creep. He's also a pedophile.
And he's like an antagonist.
Yeah, he's like the scary clown rapist.
Yeah.
Villain of Hunter x Hunter.
That's what Persephone is now. She's a scary clown rapist.
I know.
Neither of us could change her back. Oh, let me try.
How would she be able to turn her back?
Crack. I don't know. Her powers are like she just has witch powers. I don't see how that translates to anything.
This is like the dumbest, biggest waste of time.
It is, and I still don't know how the gods' powers work.
This is cursed. Since you did this transformation, you're the one that needs to reverse it. But I can't. I suppose you better work on it.
She just said earlier, I can do it. She just
I know,
said earlier,
I know.
can do
The
it.
truth comes out.
And
She
then-
doesn't actually want to do it.
Yeah, when Hecate says you're the only one who can do it, she goes, but I can't. What a friggin' douche, man.
Rachel doesn't read her own comic even on the day that she wrote it.
What an insult.
Shudder. Can she hear us? Of course she could hear us. Sorry, Minty. I almost forgot why I came in here.
You know, that's a retcon because later on she frees Minty during the 10-year time skip, and Minty has no idea what happened or what's going on. So she must have realized that makes Persephone look awful because she basically gave Minty like friggin' trapped syndrome. You know, like comatose people who are like trapped inside their own bodies.
Like paralyzed.
Yeah, paralyzed and trapped inside their own bodies. She basically gave her that and then realized that would be friggin' awful to put someone through, and then changed just so that Minty had no awareness of what happened to her. Because basically right now, this is friggin' horrifying. If you're trapped as a plant, but you're fully aware of everything happening to you for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's like solitary confinement, but
It's
you
like
can't
torture.
even, you can't even move your body. Yeah, it's torture.
It's like torture.
It's psychological torture for 3 years. That's your main character. A genocidal maniac and somebody who commits psychological torture.
And gets aroused from
And gets
it.
aroused from it.
Wow.
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 And she's a self-insert too.
Ah!
Oh my
We need
God.
to stop making these videos, man. We need to stop. I'm scared.
I almost forgot why I came in here.
Me too.
I saw your mother.
And then we cut away from this for like an entire chapter, so when we cut back to it, I was so confused. Oh! And then we cut to Hera for no effing reason.
No, you cut to Eros.
Oh yeah,
and
Eros.
And being like, how come nobody trusts me?
Perfection. At this rate, I can retire. You truly are a ridiculous man. You still harbor a deep love for me? Oh, stop. Everyone on the list for today.
She just wanted to draw an upskirt of Eros.
She pushed him so far away between
I
them.
know!
She really wants him to stop. Yeah, that is an upskirt panty shot.
I
Ew.
want to check what Artemis did. He looks so bad here.
Him.
Horse face.
Her sad face is burned into my brain, and I want to know if she's doing all right.
That just makes it sound like you only want to know if she's doing all right so that you can stop thinking about it. Like,
Exactly.
it sounds very self-serving.
Yeah, like, why are you sad? Okay, my curiosity is satisfied.
Or,
I'm
yeah,
gonna leave
like,
now.
I've done my performative duty, so I can
Yeah.
leave now. I don't legitimately care. I just don't want to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
I think her main temple is this way.
She's with the bear.
Artemis,
Winnie
I
the
thought you
Pooh.
might be here. Eros.
So, oh my god, the bear!
Did you-
melting!
Did you see the bear in the
I
previous
know.
one? He's like poop color.
It's a different artist.
Are you okay? That convo with your mother seemed intense.
What is going on with the bear here?
It looks like a dog.
I know.
Whoa. I appreciate your concern, but I don't want to talk about my mother. You know something. You've always known something. You're deliberately keeping me in the dark.
And she's crying again.
Rachel has like a crying fish.
Ugh.
You know something about Persephone. Pony up. I can't. I made a promise. Olympus's biggest gossip monger has nothing to say for once. How convenient.
Then how come Eros wasn't the one spreading the infertility rumors?
Yeah. It was just Apollo.
Artemis, please. If you can't be straight with me,
If you can't be straight with me, what are you trying to say, Artemis? That is so...
If you can't be straight with me?
That is so offensive.
Oh my god.
How could you write that into the comic?
When you talk to Eros, too.
Yeah, right? Like,
Wow.
Maybe-
Being your friend was a mistake.
she needs to take some sensitivity classes.
So she's not, she's saying I can't be your friend because you're not straight.
You're not straight with me.
Ooh. And And then later on she gets mad that Athena and Hestia are in a relationship.
Exactly.
Artemis is a homophobe.
She's one big giant homophobe.
Jeez.
Hold on a dang minute.
And then she fizzes out of there. And that's the end of
She
that
just,
chapter.
like, let's just resolve a plot line, dude. There's, like, this was pointless. What was the point?
She said, "You're not going to tell me what you know? Okay, goodbye." And he didn't even give him a chance to explain.
I know, and nothing happened. She didn't learn anything more. Eros didn't tell her anything. Eros didn't learn anything more. What was the point of this chapter?
No point.
Eros didn't learn anything about Ampolis. Friggin' waste of my time.
Yeah, and then these are the top comments. This is what people are getting from this comic. Them complimenting each other's god forms is so sweet. Ugh.
Who?
Hecate, Hades, Persephone.
Oh.
I like these. I like your stars.
Oh my god.
Are we doing full god mode?
But that was right after she like killed someone.
Yeah, it's like in one ear, out the other. Like everybody's got like a sponge for a brain that filters in like the fluff.
It's like watching Persephone commit like friggin' Abu Ghraib war crimes, and then in the middle of that, she's like flirting with the guy that she's torturing the person with.
Yeah.
It's like the eyeball scene all over again.
It is like the eyeball scene all over again, right?
And it's always a nymph who's getting friggin' tortured, or like the duck scene all over again.
yeah.
What do you have against nymphs and lower class people, dude? Like this is sick.
Yeah.
Like if they weren't a fantasy race, you would be basically torturing and like laughing about the torture and the misfortune of like POC.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird how people aren't putting that together, right?
Did you know that on her Wikipedia, Rachel says that she supports Black Lives Matter? Do you know she's from New Zealand? So there's like very little black people in New Zealand.
Yeah.
What about the Asian and the indigenous people who live in New Zealand, Rachel?
Yeah, the Aboriginal people.
Because you won't
the Maori,
get no,
right?
because you won't get SJW points for saying I support indigenous people in New Zealand because
Yeah.
most of the world follows American politics.
Yeah. She doesn't talk about the Maori or anything like that.
No.
Do you think she'd ever do a story adapting like Polynesian gods?
Oh my god.
I would love to see her try.
I'm surprised she hasn't gotten canceled yet. Everything in
love
Lore
that.
Olympus is horrid.
Yeah.
Like, it's awful. She's, like, exposing herself to be an awful person with all of this stuff in the comic. How has she not gotten canceled yet? You know, we've, like, people are trying to cancel us in the comments
Yeah.
for some of the jokes that we make, but you look at Lore Olympus and nobody's saying, like, cancel Rachel.
No.
How does that make any sense?
No, there's people who are actually more upset at us for making fun of what she's doing
Then
than
what
the fact
she's
that,
doing.
than what she's doing. Like, what's a greater lack of empathy? Writing something so thoughtlessly and carelessly for stupid, like, easy drama that it's just terrible and you have no thoughts about it whatsoever, or recognizing that it's horrible and making fun of how terrible it is? What's a greater, like, lack of empathy there, right? I don't really know.
154 promises. This chapter is pointless. It's just friggin' Eros being sad boy.
And there's a pig in the pool.
Why is there a pig in the pool?
Is that like a reference to
Mythology?
Yeah, like Homer's Odyssey or something. The people turning into pigs or something.
I don't friggin' know.
Eros,
And his hair turned back to its
I
regular
know.
style.
I know.
how are you feeling? Not very good. I hate that Artemis is caught in the middle of all this.
Everyone just is like so self-centered. He's just feeling bad because Artemis is mad at him. He's not feeling bad for Artemis.
No,
Like everything's about them. Like this is the person who's talking.
they can't conceive of anything outside of how it relates to them.
Right.
They're narcissistic.
Everyone is so narcissistic in this comic. It's ridiculous.
I can't tell her what happened to Persephone.
It's all about you, Eros, isn't it?
That's the panel that I was laughing at.
I know.
Look at one eye. The other.
I know.
He looks so-
But look at this one. What the F?
It looks so goofy.
She's got a donut forehead, and why is her other eyebrow there? It like wraps around.
Yeah.
Wrap around eyebrow.
Yeah.
I admit I'm not the most trustworthy god. Historically, I'm not someone the others like to confide in.
So she wrote like a pseudo-gay, like coded gay guy who's a gossipy prima donna that no one can tell a secret to because he'll just spread it to everyone else.
Yeah, because he can't be straight around them.
Yeah, and he loves drama.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he also drugs women and puts them in strange men's cars.
It feels nice to be trusted. I don't want to lose that.
Because it's all about how he feels.
Right, it's all about
because
how
it
he
feels nice. Like the most lizard-brained, like lowest common denominator.
It's not like he said, like, I'm really worried because I don't want to betray Persephone's trust.
Yeah.
Because she said not to tell anyone else, but I'm worried that she's not going to tell anyone else either, and Apollo won't be put to justice for this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so bad that people still treat Apollo like he's a great guy, not knowing what he did to Persephone. It's friggin' easy to write that.
No, what
You
matters
should be
is-
worried about the fact that you know he's a friggin' rapist and no one else does.
No.
But you can't tell anyone because Persephone doesn't want you to.
Yeah, and you're worried about her.
Not like, it feels nice to be trusted. Nobody trusted me before. Why do you care? Why do you only care about yourself?
Yeah, it feels nice to be trusted. It's like all about feeling good in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like the most superficial thing ever.
And
It's
it's
like,
so self-centered.
yeah, it's like if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're like, well, what do you like about this person? Well, it feels nice that
They
somebody...
make me feel good.
Yeah, they make me feel like I'm attractive. That's
Yeah.
why I like them. Not like, oh, you know, I like their personality. I love talking to them.
We
They're
have
so
very
smart.
similar morality and outlooks on life.
Yeah, I would just love to spend the rest of my life with them and take care of them because they're such a great person. It feels nice because they find me attractive. Like, so everything is all about you. You're the
And your
center of
ego,
your own
yeah.
little universe. Very
crazy.
strange.
Would you just tell him already? This part was so confusing to me. What are they talking about?
They're talking about Amplius being Psyche.
What? I didn't get that at all. Because they're talking about Persephone being raped. And Ares is
I know.
saying, would you just tell him that it's Psyche?
Yeah.
What?
No way, I'm sure he's really close to getting it.
I had no idea what they were talking about.
I only realized it just now, honestly.
Wow.
It's like a lateral thinking puzzle.
What the F, man? It's not like they were talking about how much they like each other, and
No.
then you cut to Ares and Aphrodite saying,
You think he's gonna get it this time?
oh my god.
No.
And then you smash cut to Artemis, I'm a twin. What? What?
This is when you take your phone and go, ah! You know, like smash it on the ground.
I'm a twin. There's something about being a twin. We're not just siblings.
We're twins.
We're perfect halves of each other. But somehow, we're not equals.
I wonder who is less equal in this situation.
I wonder.
You think it's gonna be the woman, or you think it's gonna be the man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what does that have to do with her hating on Athena and Hestia?
Oh, I'll
and
tell
being
you
a
why.
homophobe?
I'll tell you why. I hate that Athena is drawn like the male.
dude?
Yeah,
She's drawn like a dude.
Yeah. I hate because it's like, you know, in Lore Olympus, she doesn't care about body diversity for women. It's not just like she draws a woman who has like broad shoulders.
Dude, the only reason she's drawn like a guy is because she's gay.
Exactly.
And Rachel can't bear to have a relationship between two non-hetero people who actually look like gender conforming.
Yeah.
She has to have a man and a woman in every relationship. If
Yeah.
she drew a gay relationship, she'd make one of the men a woman.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the female counterpart. It's extremely like sexist.
Yeah, like all
It's
this.
like no, there always has to be a man. There always
Yeah.
has to be a top and a bottom. There always has to be a man and a woman. It's like it's very homophobic.
It is. It's like in the 90s.
It's like you just can't conceive of one woman being friggin' like two women being like gender conforming women in
Yeah.
a relationship together.
Like, she can still dress the way that she dresses, but the fact that she's given, like, the same nose, hairstyle, facial proportions, shoulders, like, in this panel here, she doesn't even look like a female
she doesn't
character.
look like a female character.
Given how all the other female characters are drawn in the story. And it's like, in the 90s, they'd always say, like, oh, two lesbians, so which one of you is the man? And it's like, that's, come on, you
So,
know?
like, Sailor Moon did a similar thing where Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune were in a relationship together, and Sailor Neptune was really feminine, and Sailor Uranus was more masculine. But Sailor Uranus had a female body.
Yeah.
She just wore, like, more masculine clothing.
Yeah.
And Sailor Neptune was very, very feminine.
And honestly, in Sailor Moon, there's not such a huge gulf in how the male characters are drawn and the female characters are drawn. Like, friggin' Mamoru, right? Tuxedo Mask? When you look at him and Usagi, they look like they're, like... He's not, like, gigantic and
No.
huge, and she's, like, tiny.
soft and
super
hourglass
curvy.
shaped.
Yeah. So, it's like, there's not... Already, like, between the genders, there's not a huge gulf in how they look.
Well, like, Sailor Jupiter also is drawn in a similar way to Uranus. It's just that Uranus has short hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like, Sailor Jupiter is really tall.
Yeah.
And she wears very feminine clothes.
Yeah.
She's very tall, she has broader shoulders, and she's, like, drawn like a guy. And
Athletically.
Her insecurity was that, like, she was very tall and,
Yeah.
like, manly, but she liked feminine things.
Right.
Like, she liked cooking and baking, and, like, she wore, like, very feminine clothes, but people acted like she was unfeminine because she was tall. So yeah, like, the male characters and the female characters, like, yeah, Sailor Moon doesn't have body diversity or whatever, but there were so many female characters who were short and, like, more traditionally feminine, and then there were so many female characters who were, like, super tall and, like, masculine or super tall and feminine, and it was just, like, you know, there's no, like, one size fits all. And there was a lesbian relationship, obviously, between Sailor Neptune and Uranus, and yeah, there was one that was masculine and one that was feminine, but Sailor Uranus didn't look like a guy.
No.
And Sailor Neptune didn't look like a friggin' porn star.
No.
It was just their fashion styles.
Yeah.
That's it. They're both drawn like women.
This is, like, weird, because it's like I had to double take, because she didn't look like that in earlier
No, she
chapters.
didn't.
She was much smaller.
She was smaller. She had smaller shoulders.
Yeah, like if there's that much of a gulf stylistically between how the men are drawn and the women are drawn, the only reason she's drawn like that is because she's gay.
Yeah.
It's very ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can string a bow in the blink of an eye. Make a wolf tell me its deepest secrets.
What's your secret, wolf? I imprinted on a baby.
Yeah.
And move the bright moon with my will. I am a silver-footed and glorious.
Why is she holding a lion?
Because she's a huntress. And she hunted
Yeah, but the lion's
lion.
dead and it just looks like inconvenienced.
Yeah.
But even so, I'll never be golden.
Where is this coming from?
And what is the moon in the presence of the sun?
Isn't the gold blood? Isn't that like...
Yeah, it's ichor. What is the moon in the presence of the sun? I don't know. What's the moon in the presence of the sun in this world? Because it's just people.
Yeah.
In this world, it's not like in real life, like where it's like follows like light physics.
Yeah.
Where the moon is just a reflection of the sun. In this world, the sun and moon are actual people. They're
Yeah.
gods.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about, Artemis.
But the sun is a man and the moon is a woman, so obviously one is inferior to the other.
And
One
that's what
half.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
One half, but not a true equal. But despite it all, I love my brother.
Dude, that's such a weird way to think about it. That's like, I have a brother, and sometimes he got preferential treatment because he's a guy, but I don't, like, wax poetic about how I'm jealous of him and how he got opportunities that I never did.
And we never see that in the story.
And then at the very end say, but I still love him.
No. It's all about her, again.
It's all about her. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's all about how she feels.
And this has nothing to do with Apollo
No.
and her mom.
No.
It has nothing to do with
It's
anything.
just completely out of nowhere.
It's like nobody asked.
Nobody asked.
Nobody cares.
No one cares.
He's my best friend. He's always looked out for me.
That's why we have this panel of him walking away from Artemis.
He's always
and
looked out for me.
she's like in some kind of mess, and he's just like, whatever, bro. Like, this doesn't match.
No, it's supposed to be him covering and saying like, "Oh yeah, don't look behind me." Like if you're in a mess, he's going like, "Oh hey, how's it going?" You know, and he's like covering.
Dude, I didn't get
for
that
her.
at all. I thought he was
That's what it's
walking
supposed to
away
be.
and saying like, whatever,
Not my
later,
problem.
pal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when he shows up and his other hand is going like, "Oh, you know, like, get out of here." With
Why
Zeus.
didn't she just copy and paste that panel back in there? At least we would get the context.
No.
This is so, like, it's a gray void.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's walking away while saying, your problem now.
Yeah,
I know him.
and Hermes.
Why is Hermes here?
I do.
Creepy Apollo.
What the F? Staring into your soul.
Do I know Persephone all that well?
No.
She's not gonna hashtag believe all women.
Oh my God! Cancel Artemis.
I don't. Still, something isn't right. I'm just so sick of all the secrets.
It's like Artemis is finally waking up to how stupid she is.
Yeah, it's like she's leaving the Matrix.
It's like she's Patrick Star and like realizing like, what happened to my chocolate?
I think I'll eat it now. I think I'll eat it now. Oh!
No, good story.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she gets big mad
Yeah.
because everybody's hiding secrets, even these
And
two.
then she realizes that these two are in a relationship.
Artemis, are you even listening?
And look,
Oh,
she looks totally different, right? That's what she looked like before.
Different artist.
Yeah,
The other artist is
a
like,
less homophobic
yeah, the artist
artist.
is like, I'm not drawing this crap.
Yeah,
Hestia had a great idea. All of your ideas are great, so I'm not surprised. Oh, stop. It's true.
Is this what you think's flirting is? Like, dude.
I can't believe I've never noticed. What do you mean? You're a couple. What gives you that yes? Athena. I hate lying to her.
Now she looks like a dude again.
really tanky again. Yeah.
Thank you, Athena. Where are you going? I'm very irritated right now. Persephone's off playing house with Hades, and you two have been a thing behind my back for Gaia knows how long. Am I the only one who's been following this whole maidenhood commitment thing? And it's also extremely homophobic that they're like the leaders of the TGOEM, and they're in a relationship, and it doesn't seem to count. I'm assuming because they're lesbians. Which is just like, that's like, you know, a lot of guys say like, oh, if you're a lesbian, it's not a real relationship. And like, oh, I'll make you change your mind.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really a lesbian, you just haven't met the right guy yet.
Yeah.
That's what it comes off as. It's just so stupid. So stupid. And like, if they were in a relationship this whole time, why would Hestia be so strict?
Yeah.
She's a freaking hypocrite.
She is a hypocrite.
What is going on in this comic? It's like she She made Hestia and Athena in a relationship halfway through the story.
Why? For what reason?
Because she realized she didn't have any gay characters in this comic.
I mean, we started so suddenly and we didn't know how to tell anyone.
Who would they tell?
I would love to explain this all to you if you let me.
What would you explain?
That would be nice.
She would explain, see, we're not technically breaking the rules because we're both women.
I know!
So it doesn't really count. Is that what the explanation is? Because what else could you explain?
I have no idea. And then we cut to Hermes, like, every time he shows up, he gets dumber and dumber.
And his nipple is, like,
I know.
migrating.
He's, like, staring in concentration, and he slides a puzzle piece, and then he goes, aced it. I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke, because the puzzle's, like, nowhere even near complete. Like, is this supposed to be a joke that Hermes is so stupid he can't even do a simple puzzle?
It's a 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle.
So is it supposed to be a joke that he can't even do it?
I guess so.
Why is she slandering her partner like this?
I don't know.
Was she mad at him when she wrote the scene?
I'll show you.
I mean, like, come on. I mean, really.
You're so stupid you couldn't even put a puzzle together.
Right?
With the box right in front of you.
And his neck broke in the next panel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Thump, thump, thump. 'Tis I, Hermes, arrested yet sassy. Oh.
And her hair is super long all of a
I
sudden.
know.
Artemis, are you okay? Something's wrong with Apollo and Persephone.
She's crying again.
I know.
Do you want to come in?
Now we get to randomly cut to Hera
Yeah.
for no reason. With no lead in or build up.
No. So the top comments for that one were, Hermes is dealing with quarantine like all of us. Crying emoji, laughing emoji.
None of you guys can put together puzzles?
No, he's under house arrest.
Yeah, I know, but is that what you really want to admit to? That you can't even put together a simple puzzle? Puzzle emoji.
All of the top comments have nothing to do with anything.
I know.
Oh, how I missed War Daddy Ares.
It's because nothing's happening in this comic. Nothing's happening. There's no plot progression, so they have nothing to comment on.
Yeah. Alright, 155.
Scar tissue.
Now back to talking about Demeter.
How is she?
Is she okay? Yeah, I got so confused I had to go back to the last time we saw them.
Yeah.
Because there was no previously on, and it wasn't like you had the last panel where Hecate said, I saw your mother, and then how is she okay?
Yeah.
That would have been so much less confusing. Like, I mean, because for the average person, it would have been 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
She's still with you? So, she's Bird.
I hate how people talk.
I hate how people
dude.
talk in this comic.
Ah, good choice. Classy.
If somebody talked to me like that in real life, I would just turn around and pretend I couldn't
It's
see
like
them
somebody
anymore.
saying, like, you know, alright, guys and gals, here we go, fam. Like, I hate when people talk like
Smash
that.
that like button.
It's so performative.
Yeah, it's like this person has no personality, and if you ask
No,
them,
it's like they learned how to talk and they do all of their talking online.
yeah. And if you ask them point blank, why are you talking like that? They would like get really nervous and defensive, and they'd be like, talking like what? Cringe, lol, you know, like just start like, oh crap, the Rolodex is flicking. They go, what do I say in a situation like this? Oh my god,
Girl, yes, queen.
yeah. So that was really awkward, and it's just like, why are you talking like
I
that?
know,
Like, how
Truman
come,
Show.
How come you can't just say something like clearly and
I know,
coherently?
without references or without like
Yeah.
memes. Persephone looks really bad in this panel.
She looks bad everywhere.
She's in good spirits, but still lying low and on the move.
How come she doesn't say, take me to her right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a relief.
Hey.
Did she, know where I am? Lucky for you, she didn't want to know.
I'll let you tell her. Demeter didn't want to know because she was worried about Zeus torturing the information from her. Meanwhile, Persephone's been going on shopping sprees and then went right back to Underworld Corp without even an invisibility cloak, so everyone knows that she's there.
Yeah.
And the
'cause-
2 random nymphs were gossiping in the stupid yoga studio
Yeah.
that she was there, and everyone on the street's been talking about their kiss.
Yeah. So Demeter should also presumably know. Does she know?
I don't know.
Did she find
I don't
out?
remember.
Oh my god.
This is so stupid, dude. Because Demeter was acting like it was such a big deal, and then you just completely undercut that with the shopping scene and the thing that's like everyone knows.
Gulp. Yeah, I don't envy you. She was so upset that I talked to Hades for a measly 5...
Oh my god, her nose.
No.
It's like a horse nose.
A snout. A My Little Pony
Yeah.
snout.
What do you have to say for yourself, young lady?
This is after she first met him.
Mm-hmm.
His face is aesthetically pleasing to me.
Dude, her eyes, she's high.
aesthetically pleasing. No.
Look at that.
Snout nose again. Oh my god. What am I gonna do about Minty? What a disaster. Look at him. He opened his home to me, giving me the benefit. He's opened his home to me, giving me the benefit of the doubt, and I made him sad. That's all that matters.
Not Minthy, right?
I just keep hurting everyone, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get worse.
I can't believe I'm even thinking this, but maybe Demeter is right. The curse was really strong. I need to do some research, though.
Her face is just a blue square.
I know.
Some advice. Her head's disappeared.
Yeah.
You need to recalibrate how you see yourself. I guess it was too hard to draw. You should reconsider the list of things you thought you couldn't do, because you can actually do a lot of them.
What the heck is this conversation?
What is this drawing in the background?
It's like a meme face. It's insulting to read.
I don't know if this is supposed to be like a PSA. Hashtag girl power.
It's crap. It's crap. That list is growing and fast. Like, it doesn't even connect.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's word salad.
It's word salad. It's just here to, like, filler the comic and give the illusion of progress, and, like, this episode is not a huge waste of time. I mean, some advice. You need to recalibrate how you see yourself. You should reconsider the list of things you thought you couldn't do, because you can actually do a lot of them. And that list is growing and fast. You need to regain control. That doesn't even flow.
No.
That doesn't even effing flow, and then she gives her a card.
It's a therapy.
It's a therapy. What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? That'd be like if she whipped out a coupon, a $5 coupon for Kentucky Fried Chicken. You'd be like, what is that? What does this have to do with anything?
No, the implication that's so annoying to me is it's like you've got somebody who's just like basically killed a bunch of people and who turned somebody else into a plant, basically rendered them like in a coma, right?
Yeah.
In a like a waking coma.
Shut-in syndrome.
Yeah, shut-in syndrome coma. And your solution to them is you need to get your confidence back, girlfriend. Here's a card for therapy, instead of saying, what is wrong with you? You can't be, like, you have such a poor control over your emotions that you turned an innocent woman into a plant after she told somebody of something that you actually did.
Genocide that you committed.
Like, no, I'm taking you to Zeus right now, but you know what you need? You need to regain control. Here's a card for therapy. You really think therapy is the best solution in this situation when she's just done something terrible to somebody?
But not only that, it's not that she couldn't control it. She couldn't control herself.
The impulse.
She couldn't control her wrath.
Yeah.
It's not her powers that are out of control, it's her.
She's out of control.
And so she's the one who's a liability to the gods because she friggin' dented the mortal population, turned an innocent person into a plant. She needs to be put into Tartarus.
This is like such a juvenile, stupid response to something that's actually terrible that you had your character do, and nobody sees anything wrong
No,
with
and
it.
the only reason she's getting this treatment is because she's the main character and she's a self-insert.
Yeah.
So everyone's going like, yes, queen, boss bench.
Yeah, and couching it in this like, so that's really awkward, and like, so
It's all a
funny
joke.
story.
Yeah, it's all a
but
joke.
It's like, I like would get so annoyed. Like, could you imagine somebody trying to be cutesy with you like that and talk in those like super hip cutesy ways when they've done something terrible to like get out of doing something terrible? It's just so frustrating to read. It's like, who wrote this? Like, which idiot? Oh, I know. Don't hurt me. I'm so scared, right? Like.
The next time you turn someone into a plant, it's on purpose instead of on accident. You're enabling a genocidal torturer.
The next time you kill somebody, it's on purpose instead of accident.
You need to channel your psycho killer powers into something good. Therapy? I don't believe in therapy.
I'm not sure.
Ring, 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 ring. Hades' office. Oh, hold on.
Get so close to the phone
I
all
don't
of a
know.
sudden.
The phone's on the other side of the room.
It's for you, so somebody who knows that she's there.
And then you just cut to hair all of a sudden.
With the kid.
Why is the kid there? Is it Bahamut from Final Fantasy X?
I don't know, but right after he shows up, then Hades shows up.
Pat, pat, pat. Hello? Oh, Hugh, Hera, Idonius. Can I please talk to you? Of course. Step. But please, don't go through with the plan. Oh, I guess because you just learned how to talk.
Yeah.
Sigh, Idonius, we've discussed this at length. If Zeus loves you as he says he does, he wouldn't ask you to do such a thing. His face is botched.
He's huge!
I know. This is my choice. And she's on drugs too.
Her eyes!
Her nose is collapsing.
Yeah.
It was my choice. They forgot the filter on this entire sequence. Except for the part where Hera is going phew.
Yeah.
And like all the stuff before that. They forgot to put the filter on this entire sequence.
It's very rushed.
There's like no filter on these scenes. That's why it looks so sloppy, because the filter does a lot to make it look better.
This is so frustrating. The next one, after this, it's like totally not centered.
I know.
And then right after that, it is like attempt centered.
God.
Like, why would you do that?
This framing is so bad.
It's not centered in that one either.
No, it's not. And she's like floating in the void.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite. My golden trader. Did you miss me?
I don't know what any of this stuff means with Golden Trader or anything like that.
Because in the myth, she seduced Kronos or something and gave him poison in order for him to upchuck all of the kids that he ate. But I don't know what is mythologically accurate and what isn't in this comic, because in the original myth, Hera, Hestia, and Demeter were all brothers and sisters of Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades, and they were all swallowed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the F is going on. She never clarifies that the reason Hera's called the Golden Trader is because she, like, slept with Kronos and betrayed him. They never clarify that.
And she's having an affair with Hades?
Yeah, she has an affair with Hades. Yeah, I know. I know, right? I know, right?
It's like... It's like Lost with Jack's dad.
I know.
Has an affair with his wife.
I know.
And you're like, what? You know, this is disgusting and stupid.
Why don't you sit on my lap and tell me how much you love me?
Effing gross, man.
Zeus's deceptive little binge. I can see you.
This is horrible.
Hera, I'm coming.
Okay, but let's figure out what time period is this now that this is happening.
What's wrong?
This is after Minty
Got turned into a plant.
Yeah. So she went from workout class at 6:30 in the morning.
So that's Monday.
Monday, and then on Monday she gets turned into a plant.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's like how many hours later? Like an hour later?
I don't know, because they cut to Hecate answering the phone and saying it's for you.
Yeah.
And then you cut to these guys at night.
Yeah, and he was with Thetis that morning.
Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're gonna cut back to Hecate on the phone.
Oh, really?
I'm assuming.
Okay, let's see if that happens.
Birds, it's still birds. Kronos, he saw me. What? I felt him. It's just a nightmare, I promise. What? Slide what? What? Where are they?
Bathroom. Glass door to the shower.
Oh my god, it's all the void. He saw me, whoosh, sob. Funny, he can't do anything. Hades took care of him. Gasp. Zeus, look. Icar? So that's the end of 155. I'm assuming they pick up with them on the phone. Yes, they
So Hera was just asleep in the middle of Monday morning.
No, and Zeus was at Thetis' place with her, and then he went back home to bed in like
In the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day, after being with Thetis, he went back home.
Well, so when they said like when they cut to the tree and the drops falling on Kronos, that was also Monday morning.
It was.
What the
That was
F?
6:30 in the morning.
So did Zeus, was that 6:30 in the morning on Monday at the same
Yeah.
time that Kronos was waking up?
Yeah.
So then Zeus, like, he went, suck it up, buttercup, and then drove away from Hera to go to Thetis' place?
No, so... No,
How
so...
is he in two places at one time?
I don't know when the thing happening to Hera is taking place.
I'm assuming when the drops land on Kronos.
So it's 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but at 6:30 in the morning, Minty was sitting in her car and he was with Thetis.
I don't know what's happening. It's so confusing.
Well, and it's not before 6:30 in the morning because they showed the drops landing on Kronos at 6:30 in the morning.
If it is before 6:30 in the morning, then he is with Hera in the shower, and then he goes to Thetis after, like right after. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Thetis, what are you doing?
Icar, gross. I'll just leave you to clean this up. Your women's issues. I'm gonna go hang out with Thetis now.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. That's so weird. Why did she just cut right back to them on the phone?
I don't
Why
know.
did she even show us Hera and Zeus?
When is that taking place?
I don't know. Because it's either in the middle of the day or Zeus left right after to go see Thetis. But even then, if it's 6:30, like it's like 6:30 on the dot when Hades wakes up, and then hangs out with Persephone, and then you cut to Kronos getting the drops on him.
Yeah.
And then if that's like that's when Hera has her nightmare, so that's at 6:30. So the only way you can be with Thetis is if they're at two places at the same time.
Yeah, but there's two Zeuses. Unless that's
He's
Apollo.
like Dr. Manhattan.
Maybe that's Apollo.
Maybe it's Hera. No, No, because Zeus is comforting Hera, and he was sleeping in his mansion.
Yeah.
So how did he show up at Thetis' place at 6:30 in the morning? Did he go really early? I mean, the implication is that he slept over.
Yeah. I don't know.
How is he comforting Hera?
I don't know.
Is that Monday night?
Who knows? But if it is Monday night, then again, 6:30 in the morning. Hey, Thetis, what are you doing?
No.
My wife just had another meltdown.
No. Then he would be at Thetis' place Sunday night.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like a flash forward and then a flash back again at the phone. Her
No,
answering
why
the
would you
phone.
flash forward?
Because you're stupid and you want to end your episode on a cliffhanger.
I think she forgot that Zeus is at Thetis' house. I think she forgot that.
She's not even keeping track of her timeline anymore, so...
No. I don't know when.
So you think it's a flashback?
No, I don't know what's going on.
You think it's a flashback to Monday morning?
No.
Morning.
I think it's happening at the same time that she gets the phone call.
Oh my god, but that's the middle of the day!
Yeah, and it's dark, and they're both
what?
asleep.
What?
He came back from Thetis' house
Are
and
they,
he went to sleep.
are they vampires?
I mean, he's got he doesn't even care. He's not even asking Thetis, yeah, it turns out you were right about the act of
He
Brad.
stayed up all night, so he just went back to sleep. And then Hera, boozed herself to sleep in the middle of the day.
Yeah, no, Hera, she basically left after that whole Apollo thing,
Mhm.
and she took care of the pictures with Hephaestus, and then she went back to her house and just went to sleep. And she took care of the thing with Hephaestus on Sunday night. And then she just went home.
And she slept for 16 hours.
Yeah, slept for 16 hours. Zeus, meanwhile, he was at, he did the meeting, he said that didn't turn out great.
And then he asked Hermes what he was gonna bring Persephone to him.
Yeah, and then he's like, screw this, I don't care anymore, let me just go hang out with Thetis. And then he went home, and then he went to sleep.
In the middle of the day.
And then he woke up, and he stuck Hera in the shower.
Oh my god.
That's the only explanation, right? Otherwise, it's like, when does that happen?
I don't know.
It's so confusing. Oh my gosh, it's so confusing.
So we covered 10 episodes.
Yeah! Closing thoughts for this batch of 10 episodes.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happens, and it's falling apart.
The only thing that happened is Kronos getting the bazinga from the flower petals.
Zoink!
Yeah.
Right? Like he goes, whoa, I've got a little pep in my step.
Everyone's having dreams about Kronos now.
Yeah.
And then Bahamut from Final Fantasy X. Dude, it's been proven that she's played Final Fantasy X too.
Yeah.
So maybe that is from Final Fantasy X.
Could be.
And then, meanwhile, Minty got turned into a plant.
And there's
But that goes nowhere.
no reaction. It's very unsatisfying.
Yeah, right after that, Persephone and Hades are about to, have sex in his office.
This is terrible. I like these. Can you get big
Can you
again?
get big again?
I was hoping you'd get big
And
and
squash
eat
me with your big feet.
your nice, soft, pink, fleshy feet.
Ugh.
Disgusting. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like a weird comic.
You can tell that, the person who's writing it is writing it while they're watching something else now.
The owner of this story.
Yeah, the owner of the story is watching something else now because the dialogue doesn't connect.
No.
And it's very repetitive and circuitous
And
and it accomplishes nothing. It just wastes your time.
Basic things are being forgotten.
Basic things are
in
being
the same
forgotten.
conversation, the entire thing with Apollo and Leto, forgotten. I mean, the fact that Hades being outside of Persephone's room at 6:30 in the morning and she didn't, get scared by that at all, not even thought about at all. It wasn't even oh my gosh, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense given the timeline. Timeline's not just being thought about at all. I mean, Eros and Psyche.
The invisibility cloak, the whole idea
Yeah.
that she was on the run and nobody could see her.
No, the arrows have nothing to do with each other.
Friggin', the fact that the nymphs and everyone in the underworld is gossiping about her kiss with Hades.
No.
When she's a friggin' wanted fugitive.
Yeah.
Forgotten.
Forgotten.
The whole fertility goddess thing.
Yeah.
Forgotten.
Demeter, forgotten. So it's just weird. It's difficult to follow, and there's a lot of unintentional hilarity.
Yeah, every time something happens, I'm just going, what? And laughing.
It's just bizarre.
It's friggin' weird, bro.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. But we did get some gems in this episode.
Like what?
Oofta. Oofta. Sweat emoji. Flame emoji. Vibrating heart emoji. That's gonna have to come onto the screen with a jingle accompanying it whenever an oofta moment kicks in. Play the clip, and then it goes oofta or something, right? Good old oofta.
The Susie and Oofta.
Yeah, the oofta. The one slur, the oofta. Yeah, Hecate is just terrible. The way everybody's talking is so frustrating.
Oh yeah, what about Minty's backstory?
Minty's backstory was crap.
It was pointless.
It was so pointless, and it was such a wasted opportunity. Thanatos getting his crap together and turning it around so fast.
Thanatos just turns into a friggin' loser sim.
Yeah.
That was what she meant by getting his crap together.
Yeah, and
Maybe
then,
you can follow me around and take pictures for free, and then I'll consider dating you.
Exactly. So, and then, like, the whole Zeus and Thetis thing is just hilarious, and it doesn't make any sense. And the little kid running around with the sheet on his head is weird. It's just a weird comic at this point. It's just
it's like, what's going on?
What were you watching
I know.
when you wrote this stretch of
Seriously,
panels?
it's very strange.
Bizarro.
Very, very strange. It doesn't even connect together to make, like, a sensible story. No. I don't... And, like, the commenters are confused, too. Because all the top comments have nothing to do with what's going on in the story. There's no speculation in the comments.
No.
There's, like, zero speculation. It's all just like, yes, queen. I missed Daddy Ares. He showed up for one panel.
Yeah, he's just there for one panel.
That's all you could... Because they can't say anything about the story because nothing's happening.
Look, it's Ares. Yeah, Ares. We love Ares.
It's crazy.
It's
just
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, we covered 10. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
If we can do that again for the rest of season 2, I know some people were begging us to do
season 3.
because apparently at the time we're filming this, episode 230, Fast Pass just came out.
It's bad.
Oh yeah, I bet it is. And so, and that's interesting because, like, how long would you say each season is?
Dude, I don't even know. I think the end of season 2 is like 206.
Okay. So season 2 is maybe
It's 114 to 206.
Okay,
So it's like 90 episodes.
Okay.
So season 1 is longer.
Yeah, so season 3, do you think it's also going to be around 100 episodes?
I have no idea. She has no plan.
Yeah.
We're at 230 and there still isn't a main villain.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you're a third of the way through it, you should be through the
I have no
phase,
idea what
right?
the plot is.
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea what the plot is. They said Kronos is going to come back. They introduced Apollo running for president. He hasn't shown up except for a billboard.
Yeah.
And then freaking Demeter got character assassinated, and it looks like she's going to be the main villain.
Yeah, there's a thing that Rachel has said where she said that, it's frustrating for people to criticize her because it's like criticizing a bridge that hasn't been finished yet. And it's like, well, I'm not done telling the story yet. You can only criticize it when it's done.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she said that before. She compared it to a bridge that's not completed yet.
You know what I would compare it to? I would compare it to a friggin' multi-course meal where the first 6 courses are friggin' goat poop. I don't care what the last course is. Even if it's like 24 karat gold, friggin' amaretto tiramisu gelato cake. You can't make up for the fact that you just served me 5 courses of goat poop. It's not gonna take the taste out of my mouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's what I would compare it to, because it's not like a bridge that hasn't been finished yet where it has no function until it's completed.
Yeah.
That's the complete opposite metaphor.
It is, yeah.
You're supposed to enjoy every step of the way.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be using it while it's setting something up in the whole. So it's much more like a multi-course meal.
Yeah.
Than a freaking bridge that hasn't been completed.
Yeah, or I don't know, a story where the beginning and the middle of the story should build up to the end of the story, right?
I have no idea what the end of the story is.
No, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't put money on it. These 10 chapters, I couldn't predict. I could not predict a single thing happening in these chapters. If you told me Zeus was in 2 places at the same time, that we'd have a Minty flashback.
If you told me that the shopping spree ended up with Minty getting turned into a mint plant, I couldn't have told you that.
No way. That's
I forgot that happened.
I would if somebody told me that, I would have been like, no, that's bad even for Lore Olympus. They wouldn't do that. And then it's like, oh, but they did. But they did. So I think it would be interesting if next time, before we read the chapters, because sometimes the day of filming we'll reread the chapters just to refresh ourselves. So the next time we shoot one of these, what I want to try is I want to sit down and do a little bit of a recap in the introduction of the video, and then give a prediction for what's going to happen next. Because I don't know how well you remember.
I don't remember this part at all, because
Okay.
this is the lead up to the trial, and I wiped the trial from my memory.
Yeah, so let's just maybe spend a
I've
couple
read it.
minutes.
I've read up
Yeah.
to the planting, and
Yeah.
I've read after that too.
Yeah.
I remember reading the therapy thing, but again, I had no memory of that vile NSFW centaur. I had no memory of my memory's so spotty for this. My brain was like, no, don't hold on to this.
Yeah.
This is toxic waste.
Right.
I mean, we can make our predictions now.
You want to?
I mean, we could, because we just read the last 10 chapters.
Okay, yeah, let's
and
do
then
it.
Instead of waiting to film the next one,
Yeah.
just do it at the end of the previous one.
Okay, so predictions. Predictions for the next, say, 10 chapters?
Yeah.
Let's aim for 10 chapters
Yeah.
again.
157 to 167.
Okay. So 157 to 167. You just make
Keeping in mind that 206 or whatever is like the end of season 2.
Okay, 206 is the end, so we're about 50 episodes shy of the end. Okay, so given what happened in this batch of 10, right? I think Persephone and Demeter are going to reunite, and I'll keep it kind of vague, right? I'm not going to say how, but I think they're going to reunite. First of all, I think only 3 things are going to happen in 10 episodes. So Persephone and Demeter are going to reunite. Somebody else is going to have a dream about Kronos. Maybe Persephone is going to have a dream about Kronos, but you know, in 10 episodes you only cover maybe an hour's worth of time, so maybe not. And then I think as for the third thing, maybe Zeus is finally going to get his finger out and then start the trial in 10 chapters. I don't know.
I think we're going to revisit Artemis. So she's going to talk to Hestia and Athena. It's going to waste our time for like 2 episodes talking about the origin of their relationship.
Okay.
Because that's more stalling for the actual story. And that's very in character for Rachel.
Okay.
Procrastination. And then I think the second thing that's going to happen is the pointless therapy episode.
Okay, yeah.
Where Persephone goes to therapy and then it's just used as an excuse to wipe clean. Because she already used the photos to wipe clean the actual story repercussions of the assault.
Yeah.
So now she wants to wipe clean the actual assault and
Okay.
pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
And then she's going to further conflate the assault with the act of wrath.
Right.
Even though the friggin' assault happened after the act of wrath.
It did, yeah.
And then she's going to be like, oh, the reason Persephone can't control her powers is because of the assault.
Okay, so you think that's... Alright.
Yeah.
That's a really good prediction.
We're just going to act like the whole thing that she said about her like existential nihilism didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very convenient for Persephone because that whole idea of existential nihilism causing her loss of powers, it's not true.
Yeah.
Because she's still continuing to lose her powers now.
Yeah.
When she ostensibly has meaning and purpose in the form of Hades and her job and her school. Because the reason she was feeling like burned out is because she couldn't reach her potential and she wanted to go to school and all that stuff.
Right.
But now she's at school, she doesn't give a crap.
No.
She's still losing her powers, except not against Apollo.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a convenient lie for her.
Right.
And then the third thing that I think is going to happen is I think we're going to get another flashback regarding Kronos and the Golden Trader and all that stuff.
Okay.
So nothing's actually going to be advanced. There's going to be no plot advancement. It's going to be random Athena and Hestia.
Okay.
Random therapy just to wipe away the essay plot line and conflate the act of wrath and the essay as if they're related when they're not. And then also Kronos build up in the form of backstory, but it's not going to go anywhere. The new information is not going to lead to any more plot points for the readers or for the story.
Okay.
Like, we're not going to learn anything new, or we will learn something new, but it will never come back again.
Okay.
It's just more stalling.
Yeah, so...
I'm much more pessimistic out
You're
of the two of
way
us.
more pessimistic. So I said Demeter, Persephone reunited. Somebody else is going to have a dream about Kronos, and then Zeus might...
That's plot. That's all plot relevant.
It is. Oh my god. Maybe I'll get better at this game as time goes on. But if you guys are reading Lore Olympus for the first time, and...
Or if you've never read it.
Yeah, if you've never read it, and you're just getting into the story...
You're just watching our pain.
Yeah, make your predictions below. I want to see what you guys think. Because, like... After hearing that, I'm glad we're not putting money on this, is all I'm saying, right? Because that's, you know... Oh, God help us all.
Out of the two of us, I'm the FBI profile creator.
You got that oofta down pat, you know?
I don't know Rachel, but I know Rachel.
Yeah, you're like Mindhunter over here.
Yeah, Mindhunter over here.
Here I am, the greenhorn. Yeah. We can still catch this guy, don't you think, Chief? No, son.
It's like the Zodiac Killer.
It's like Zodiac, yeah.
We'll never know.
So, okay, well, as always, thank you so much for checking out our video. Like I said, leave comments if there's something we left out, something you guys want to pick up on or bring to our attention that you noticed from this batch of episodes. We'd love to hear it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like. And yeah, anything else to add?
Cancel us in the comments.
Yeah, cancel.
We need to be canceled.
yeah, cancel us. Something, pick out what the oofta moments from the video. Your personal oofta moments. Hashtag oofta. I want to make it happen. Oofta. And I'll tell you how many O's it has. I'll put it into the video. Oofta. That's the thing now. We're going to make oofta happen. Cancel me if oofta doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen by next video, or if it's not in the comment section all the time, cancel me. I deserve it at that point for trying to start something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so next time we will be back. Same sofa, same people. Different discussion. Probably just as stupid and like nonsensical.
It's probably gonna get worse and worse because there's nothing to criticize except going what's going on.
No, we didn't even talk about any alternatives for this one.
Because what can you... What is the alternative to Lena walking out of the void and going like, not in public, my dear daughter, and then Era's going like, oh my god, I thought she was in home arrest.
Yeah, what's the alternative?
Artemis should have been like, what public? What are you talking about?
There's nobody here.
There's nobody here.
Yeah, so, same couch, same hosts, different discussion, with many new gems. Different outfits. Same Laura Olympus.
I mean, we're at what, 50 episodes from the end?
Yeah.
We're gonna have 5 more episodes at this rate.
5 more episodes.
5 episode countdown.
Mark calendars. We'll try to hit weekly on these.
Aren't there 5 O's in Oofta? It's not a coincidence.
There's no such thing as coincidence. 5 O's in Oofta. Yes! There's 5 O's in Oofta. Alright, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go breathe.
Before we get any dumber.
Breathe some fresh air. Cleanse our
Oh my
palates.
gosh.
Our brain palates before the rocks start to build
I
up
know.
in here. Okay, yeah. So goodbye.
See ya.
Thank you for watching.